All right, testing. 1, 2, 3. Hey, how's it going there, Mandy Mortem? I was wondering if you could hear me or not. All right. Yeah, it's my first time streaming, so I'm just going to see if I can get everything working out properly, and then beautiful. Awesome. Well, awesome. Well, welcome everybody to my first ever live stream. It's going to be a birthday special, and I'll be streaming a video game, a visual novel called The Letter. It's a survival horror, pick your path, story-based narrative game. All the decisions that you make unveil how the narrative unfolds, basically. And we're just going to try and stay alive. It is a visual novel, so I figured it would be perfectly in line with what I do on the channel, which is narrate. But yeah, without further ado, I would like to get into it. How's everybody doing today? I'm really glad you could make it, Mandy Mortem. And I'm glad it's everything sounds good so far. But yeah, we'll transition out of this music, and yeah, I guess without further ado, we'll get into the game. Let's see here. Boom. Hey, what's up, Lucid Lupus? How's it going, man? It's good to see you. Hopefully everybody's doing well. Awesome. Sweet. So I was explaining to Mandy Mortem earlier, I'll be playing a visual novel called The Letter. Not sure you heard of it, but it's something that's been on my wish list for a while, and I kind of figured, I think my birthday's a perfect day to celebrate, 800 subscribers as well, which I'm really thankful for the community, everybody coming together and helping me out. Lucid Lupus says, good, how's your evening? My evening's been great, had brunch earlier, Italian food with family, just been chilling out most of the day because I had a pretty busy weekend at work. Defy says, happy birthday, MC. Thank you so much, and thanks for stopping by. Awesome. That's great to hear, Mandy. Awesome. But yeah, I'm glad everything sounds good. If the music is a bit too loud, just let me know and I can be sure to adjust the balance and stuff like that for the audio settings. But yeah, awesome. Well, let's see. I think, I'd just like to give a shout out to a couple of people in the horror community that helped me get this far, and I gotta shout out my horror promoters, Mandy Mortem, Creepy Clown Girl, Stacy Scotty, so many other narrators who helped me get in the game, my day oneer, Entropic Society, Tales to Chill to the Bone, Lucy K, Spirit Voices, Somber Reads is another one. Man, there is just way too many. Lucid Lupus, Demon Creep, Monsters in My Mind, Lady Spookaria, Mistress of Creepypasta. Pretty much my whole gang. That's, my close-knit gang. But, thank you so much, everybody. And everybody who comes and checks out the videos, it's deeply appreciated. Every single one of you, I am deeply thankful for. I honestly never thought I would have gotten this far. Creating content on YouTube, and I kind of figured, I just built a gaming PC, and I want to take my content to the next level. So hopefully, we'll be doing a lot more of these live streams, and yeah, I'm really excited to see where this all goes. Monsters in My Mind is here. Thank you so much for swinging by, man. It's really great to see you here. Awesome. Looks like we got a decent group coming in here. Thanks, Mandy. Thank you so much. I remember one time I was having a bad day and I reached out to you and you were like, I wish I could give you my subs, but all I can do is just shout you out, wish you the best. And you kept telling me how much you love my content, and we, we deeply connected and talked about some personal things too. And you helped me get through a lot. All of you guys, this community is one of the most accepting, non-judgmental communities I've ever engaged with on the internet. And you all are just a bunch of really awesome people. Yeah. It's funny because, in my personal life, when people ask what I do on my YouTube channel and I tell them I'm into creepy stuff and horror, they get a bit, not so much turned off, but they kind of wonder like, hey, wait, you're such a nice guy and you seem like you wouldn't be into any of that fucked up stuff. And I'm like, hey man, everybody is into horror. It doesn't matter, you don't need to have something really fucked up happen to you in your past to be fascinated with it. I think it's a very primal and important feeling to have. Every single person experiences it, and it's our first, I guess you could say, emotion that since our evolution, and that's caused us to evolve and further develop and grow. And in a way, fear is kind of what motivates us, and hopefully we'll get a little bit more of some motivation when we start this game. I'm thinking, you know what? Why don't we hop into it? So we'll start with a new game. The Ermengarde Mansion. It was built for Lord William and Lady Elizabeth Ermengarde and Luxburn, humble ambassadors of peace and beloved by their people. Both were well known for their compassion and generosity, never failing to extend a helping hand to anyone in need. Under their influence and wealth, what was once a small, sleepy village grew into a prosperous and bustling town. However, the seasons of joy eventually ended when the good nobles perished at the hands of a great plague. Damn, this almost sounds like they're talking about the Rona, now I'm saying. Hey, Artzilla Aisha and Somber Reeds. Thank you so much for swinging by. It's great to see you here. Oh, this is awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. We're just getting started with the game, so yeah, you guys came just at the right time. We'll get continued. The riches and legacy were henceforth passed on to their only child, Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion has stood still since the 1620s, a witness to a very long history of joy and pain. After Lady Charlotte committed suicide, the great house was eventually left uninhabited. And that is when it began. Surrounding villages spoke of seeing and hearing unearthly things, of cries and howls that filled the nights, and hearsay of a mysterious woman roaming the hollowed halls aimlessly. People who dared enter its walls were simply never heard from again. Even after 400 years, these stories remain, much like the house itself. Whispers about the once great house, its legend and its curse, still fall upon the villagers' ears. In spite of this, the current owners are convinced that these stories are nothing more than a hoax. With little regard for the truth, they had Briar Realty Corporation place the property back on sale. Like Pandora's box, the secrets that lie inside await to be discovered by brave souls. Hey, what's up, Creepy Clown Girl? It's good to see you here. Yeah, thank you so much for the shout out earlier, helping me get that 800 subscribers. It's very much a pleasant surprise to see, after a crazy weekend at work. So I appreciate you. I love you. Love every single one of you. Let's continue. No matter what happens, take care not to be consumed by the curse. Good luck. Alright, enter Isabella. Oh.
Hello? Isabella? Are you there? Where are you?
Oh snap, we got some voice acting, and this Rose character is Definitely right up my alley, if I must say. A familiar, jittery voice comes from the other end.
Oh, hey Rose. I'm at St. Goretti High. What's the matter?
What do you mean, what's the matter? It's the mansion, silly. I'm here and you're late. Jeez, we're on shift together. You promised. Oh my god, please don't tell me you forgot. You were planning on leaving me to check this place out on my own, weren't you? You chickened out.
This is a haunted house story. Yes, definitely. This is awesome. So they're the realtors, and I guess these are the two that are looking to help sell the house. Crazy.
Calm down. You know I take my promises seriously.
I'd like to believe that. So hurry up and get here. This place is huge. A bit too quiet since no one's lived here since, like, forever, but beautiful nonetheless.
This is impressive.
Why are you so surprised? This isn't the first time you've been there.
I know. I just wish I could live in a place like this. It really takes my breath away.
Literally.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be so sure about that. Not after the rumors that say it's haunted.
Jeez, never mind those rumors. Ghosts aren't real after all. And even if they are, which they are not, they can't do anything.
It's definitely not true. I mean, I've had a personal paranormal experience. I think it's something that I've experienced throughout my entire childhood, but I guess she's gonna eventually find out. Am I right, guys?
They're nothing but spirits.
You don't know that! They might be listening or watching right now, and they might not be happy with you enough to curse you.
No offense, sweetie, but that's a bit of a stretch.
Believe it or not, it's better to be careful.
Right. You know, not every property we sell will end up with a dead body stuffed in a sofa.
Thank you so much, Local Legends, Burton. Thank you so much. This is crazy how many people are in here. We got 10 people. Thank you so much, every single one of you. I appreciate and love every single one of you.
And I think that mansion is where we'll likely find another one. I can feel it.
Oh, I can feel it too.
That was one time, Isabella. Loosen up. Wait, just get here ASAP, please. I'm getting bored being here on my own.
Fine, fine. Let me just finish up here. I'll be right there soon.
Okay, see you. Bye.
She hangs up before I can respond. Rose, still charming as ever.
Who was that?
I look up from my phone to see Rebecca. Becca, giving me a questioning look.
Oh, that? It's just Rose. The one who trained you.
Oh, snap. These characters move a bit too, like the background moves and stuff. I really like this. This is pretty awesome.
You're working together again? Just for this property. We've been scoping out that big mansion down Ansem Village after the renovations. Today's sort of its grand opening to the public. The RC wants to give it one last check before we let potential buyers tour it this afternoon.
Hold on. Is this the same mansion you've been telling everyone about? Didn't you keep saying how it just gave you the creeps? You actually went there? And you're going back?
Well, I did promise Rose I wouldn't ditch her. And besides, a job is a job. Gotta do what you gotta do to make a living.
Oh snap, Cage Misery. Thank you so much for the birthday shout out. So glad you can make it. As soon as those words leave my mouth, Becca lets out a soft chuckle.
What's so funny?
Nothing. It's just that I didn't expect you to say that. Coming from you, it sounds so out of character. I mean, no offense, but you've been freaking out ever since you got assigned to it. I honestly thought you'd back out.
Not all the time. I could
Yeah,
really
Becca
use a
is
huge
pretty
amount of
hot,
cash
actually.
right now,
I totally
and this is
agree
just
with
the
you.
fastest way to get it. Plus, listen to this. Briar Realty wants it sold as soon as possible, and the agent who lands the deal is going to get a huge bonus. They never give bonuses like that. Getting that would make life so much easier. They're desperate, I'm desperate, it's perfect.
I don't know, the best and worst things come out of desperation, so let's see what happens. I wonder who's gonna die in this story, but I'm gonna try and keep everybody alive, and we'll see what happens, so. A sympathetic look crosses her face.
You know, if you're really in urgent need of money, you could have just asked me.
See, that's a good friend right there. I remember having a friend, we were out, and I was pretty broke at the time, and he was like, hey bro, are you hungry? And I was like, dude, I have no money. He's like, I didn't ask if you had money, I asked if you were hungry. And, you know, see, these are the kind of friends you want to keep around you, man. So Becca's an OG.
Or Ashton. We can always let you borrow, and you can pay us back whenever.
I have to keep myself from groaning out loud. In the years I've known her, I can already tell what to expect once she has that expression.
Becca!
I've noticed that you've been living off instant noodles these past few weeks.
Haven't we all? I mean, that's just the struggle food right there, man. Fucking eating ramen noodles, like I'd buy a whole box and survive off of that. Put like a little bit of vegetables, boil an egg with that, man, you're good to go. Her voice slightly rises as she begins to scold me. Instantly, I'm reminded why Becca excels at teaching boisterous teenagers.
Stop eating junk. They're cheap, but they're not good for you.
Thanks for stopping by, Aisha. You have a wonderful day. It's great to see you. Thank you so much for the support, and thanks for stopping by.
You'll definitely end up in the hospital if you keep at it.
Here we go again. Oh, looks like we got our first option here. I can eat other things too. Or, you're not my mom. I'm gonna pick You're Not My Mom because that just reminds me of something that Lucid Lupus said. He sent me this video and it's hilarious. If you want to see it, you just ask him. Oh. I press my lips together and roll my eyes at her. I'm not entirely sure how I should feel whenever she goes on her mother hen mode. She means well. I'm glad someone's looking out for me. Especially with my family living on the other side of the globe. But Becca's bossy attitude can be such a pain at times. Yeah, you guys will get to hear me read live, and I stutter so much. It's something that I still struggle with. She's more overbearing than Mama, and that already says a lot.
You're not my mom!
I didn't say I am.
Nope, but you're acting like one. You don't need to boss me around all the time.
Oh shit, I pissed her off. Damn. She gives me a completely unimpressed look. Yeah, you done it now. Shit. Oh, let's see what happens. Oh, so this is our relationship bar. Oh, you know what? I fucked up big time. I gotta make up for it later. Alright. So this is like the cast of smashable peoples, perhaps. Let's see what happens. But damn, yeah, I messed up with Becca. Shit. Let's see what happens. Immediately, I brace myself for another round of reprimands from her.
I'm not bossing you around. I'm just telling you to at least mind what you're eating.
Yeah. Oh, let's see here. Yeah, Queen of Lions. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, this game is available on PC or on mobile, and yeah, it's a pretty awesome game. Definitely, it's something I would highly recommend you check it out.
Remember what happened last year? You ended up bedridden for 2 weeks after eating something bad, and I ended up having to listen to you cry about how those absences would take a huge chunk out of your paycheck. Do you want that to happen again?
Damn, Becca is like beautiful and responsible. That's just like best girl right there.
No, Mom.
Only a loud, frustrated sigh comes from her while she pinches the bridge of her nose, likely to help ease a headache starting to form. I bite my lip to keep myself from laughing out loud at the image she makes, expecting her to say more. But when, at last, she looks up, she's simply carrying a resigned expression on her face.
I'm serious.
Not my mom, Rebecca.
Maria Isabella Grace.
Yeah, she's going full mom mode. I shut my mouth after that. Although I know she's not really angry, I don't want to push it. An angry Becca isn't someone I'd like to cross paths with in my lifetime. I've seen it happen, and it wasn't pretty.
Yeah, I'll stop.
I'm gonna take a little sip of some water. I grumble, but she doesn't seem to care much, only giving me a small, acknowledging nod.
Good. Look, if you need anything, tell me and I'll help in any way I can. You don't have to do this alone.
Thanks, Becca. I really appreciate it, but you don't need to keep babying me. You've been taking care of me since after I moved here. You have to take a break sometime. And before you ask again, no. You know I'm not a fan of borrowing money. And I'm not going to ask you to give me what you earned hard for yourself.
You and your pride. But suit yourself. The offer stays on the table, though.
I nod in response, if only to get her to drop the topic. But I'm pretty certain I will never take that offer. Ever. It has nothing to do with pride. I've simply seen plenty of times how friendships can take a turn for the worse just because of a few unpaid debts. I don't want something like this to happen between me and Becca. We may argue about a lot of small, petty things, but she already feels like a real sister to me. I don't want to lose that friendship over something so trivial. Becca's movements, when she takes a quick glance at something behind me, snaps out of my thoughts.
Well, enough chit-chat. Lunch is ending, and my students will be back
Oh
any
snap,
minute.
they got a little bounce too now saying
We can catch up later. Good luck with your clients. You better treat us to lunch or something if you get that sale.
You bet!
With a small smile, she returns to her desk and begins sifting through the pages of rather thick history book. Oh yeah, that thick history book. Am I right? She's probably working on next week's lesson plan. Or trying to, at least. Her eyes are distant, and she doesn't seem too attentive to whatever is on the page. As if she heard my thoughts, Becca starts coughing heavily. Her hand hastily goes for her mouth to stifle the sounds. This is precisely why I followed her here. For someone who makes a habit out of worrying about other people, Becca sure forgets how to take care of herself. I'm definitely like that. I'm all about taking care of all my friends around me, but I forget to take care of myself. You know, I'm just really bad at self-care. It's something that I've been working on for like a couple of years now. It's slowly getting better, but yeah, I really look out for my friends.
Hey, you sure you can manage on your own? I mean, you're still a bit feverish.
Hush, dear. Don't you worry about me. I'll just drink some medicine and I'll be right as rain.
I level her with a flat look. She has had a cold for a couple of days now. Something about the strange weather not agreeing with her lately. And despite my advice to take the week off and rest, I found her apartment empty when I dropped by this morning. She even left the medicine her doctor had prescribed. Look who's being stubborn now.
You shouldn't even be working right now.
Seriously, you big baby. I'll be fine. For now, just go to work and stop making that Rose girl wait for you. I'll call you if I still feel bad, and you can come pick me up if it makes you feel any better.
She offers me a reassuring smile, and I can only sigh. Why do I even bother? There's no stopping her once she has decided on something. Defeated, I reach inside my bag to pull out the same bottle of medicine she left earlier. She looks at it warily when I place it in front of her. Unfortunately for her, this is the one thing I'm not letting her have her way.
All right, but don't forget what the doctor said. Drink this on time. I'll see you later, okay?
There's an amused gleam in her eyes when she shifts them back to me.
Look who's playing the mother hen now.
Rebecca!
Okay. I won't tease anymore. I'll make sure to drink it, Mom.
Before I can retort, she casts another look at the clock. I take that as a sign to finally end the conversation and end my short visit. With a small wave, I leave her alone to her classroom and her thoughts. Oh snap, we on the move now. Yeah, definitely Queen of Lions. Yeah, it's something that, you know, I stutter with all the time. I stutter all the time, and you know, I think it's like part of like deep rooted in my anxiety because of I worry so much about fucking up or messing up, and I try so hard not to, but then I end up doing it anyways. I don't know. It's a weird thing. Yeah, but yeah. But yeah, Queen of Lions, thank you so much, you know, for supporting the community, looking out for the little guys. It's always very important, you know, and I'm very much like that too. Yeah, so if you're a new creator, hit me up. You want to collaborate or something like that. I've been, you know, a little bit dormant on, you know, releasing videos, but I'd love to collaborate with some new people. That'd be great. All right. Without further ado, let's continue with the game. I hail a passing taxi to take me to the property as soon as I leave the school grounds. The mansion in some ways is out in the countryside, but I don't have trouble giving the driver directions. Apparently, everyone in Luxburn City knows of it, including every bit of rumor surrounding the place. In fact, just a mention of its name is enough for locals to give you cautious, sidelong glances. I learned that the hard way when I first commuted here, and it only boosted my belief that there's something more to the house. Even the news of it being renovated and placed back up on the market has caused quite a bit of a stir. Thankfully, it died down a few weeks later. The place would have been a lot harder to sell otherwise. I avert my eyes from the window once the buildings shrink in the distance. We get a glimpse of the countryside soon, although a quick glance at my watch tells me we're still a few minutes away from our destination. Yeah, guys, I'm a bit buzzed right now, so it's gonna affect my reading, not gonna lie, but yeah, it's been a fun day. Side note, the sound design in this game is actually pretty awesome. Nino Brown 17, happy birthday and have a good night. Thank you so much. But yeah, hey, Somber Reads. Yeah, 13 viewers is actually not bad at all. I'm a bit surprised with how many people are here, but I'm thankful for every single one of you. Love you all. All right, let's continue. Might as well get some work done. Rose did ask me to review the mansion's documents. I already looked them over last night, but you never know when things may go wrong. Life has its ways of messing up things like that. Halfway through reading the papers, my phone rings again. I pick it up without looking, neatly tucking it between my ear and shoulder. It's probably just Rose again anyways.
Rose?
Guess again.
Oh shit, it's Ash. Catch him. Shit. That voice.
Ash.
Bingo.
Hey, what's up?
Just checking if you're still cool later this evening.
You mean that thing with Zach?
Yeah. He even called in the middle of the night just to remind me.
No, don't worry. I didn't forget. I'll be there.
Damn, this guy looks like a TikTok e-boy or something like that, or like a K-pop star or something like that. Let's see what happens.
Cool. I'll see you later. What time do you get off?
Ash Ketchup. That's hilarious.
Around 6 p.m.? I don't know.
I wonder what they're meeting up for.
It's the first day of the Ermengarde Mansion's open house, and we're expecting quite a number of potential buyers. I'll be booked the whole afternoon.
Ermengarde Mansion?
You know, the big Jacobean mansion at Anselm Village? I'm on my way there right now, actually.
On your own?
Yeah, well, Rose is already there, but yeah.
I see. Looks like the scaredy cat finally toughened up.
Shut up!
Damn. It's the best, you know. Always gotta keep those friends that are super honest with you. Those are the ones that you want to keep. So yeah, your friends, they roast you, they love you. Ash chuckles, and I can't help but roll my eyes upon hearing it.
I'll see you later. Drop me a call when you're done. I'll see if I can pick you up.
Whatever. Bye.
Stupid Ashhole. Always teasing me whenever he sees a chance. Ashhole. I'll show him who's tough. It takes a few more minutes until I finally reach the infamous destination, or the infamous mansion. I'm dyslexic, so yeah, don't mind me, guys. I'm like the best at this. I don't know why I decided to pick a career in narrating. If you know, I mess up every single line that I read, but you know what? I enjoy it anyways. I have to admit, the entire property does look wonderful from the outside. Yet, despite all of this, it does nothing to hide that something is just wrong. The surrounding area is unusually silent, and only the rustling of the leaves can be heard as the occasional breeze passes. While Anselm Village is just a few miles away, everyone keeps their distance on purpose. Perhaps out of fear, the horror of falling under the mansion's curse. Somehow, it makes me feel sad. The lack of immediate human presence just makes this place all the more eerie than it has any right to be. If it's uncanny in broad daylight, I can't imagine how this place looks at night.
Are you planning to go inside that place, Missy?
The voice nearly makes me jump out of my skin. Without completely taking my eyes away from the house, I give the driver a confused nod. A beat passes while I wait for him to say more, but his only answer is a non-committal hum. Belatedly, it occurs to me that he must have been waiting for my payment. I mentally slap myself for spacing out and promptly hand him the fare with an apologetic look. I expected him to leave as soon as I've paid, but there's a hesitant expression on him, as if something hasn't been said yet.
Is there something wrong?
Look, Missy, I'm sure you've heard what the people are telling everyone about that place. Nobody likes to be disturbed when they're at peace, and I'm pretty sure whatever they say is in that house doesn't want to either. I admit they did a good job fixing it up, but there must have been a reason why even distant relatives of the family who used to own the house never lived in there despite inheriting it.
Shark Bite 15. Yeah, when's the part we get to bang? Oh, I'm waiting too, you know, maybe. There's plenty of rooms in this place, so pick any one you like.
No wonder they wanted to get rid of it.
Maybe they just didn't like it?
You never know.
Yeah, you never know. He drives off after, but what he said has left a foreboding feeling in my gut. I breathe out a heavy sigh as I approach the house. After hearing enough of the rumors, I should have expected the conversation to take that turn. Alright, bear with me, guys. But I'm already here. Backing out is completely out of the question. It's not like I have a choice anyway. If I want to get that bonus and commission, in one way or another, I've got to sell this property. The door is ajar when I get to it. However, while my own copy of the keys dangle uselessly in my hand. Rose must have left it open when she arrived. That's weird. Now this is the part where you go like, hell nah, I'm turning back. But you know what? This is a scary story. This is like a horror movie, you know. You just gotta keep going. So let's do it. We may be the only people here this early, but I've never known her as someone careless. Entering, what greets me inside leaves me gaping. They've cleaned every corner. waxed the floor, dusted the antiques, searched every nook and cranny and crevice, and made it spick and span, all for the sake of making the mansion look more enticing to the modern-day lords and ladies. But no matter how hard they try, the mansion still looks as soulless as ever. As though it's going to eat you alive. If you ask me, they should have just listened to what the other people had been telling them and leave this place alone. Some things in this world are better left alone, never to be disturbed ever again.
Rose?
I call out.
Rose, I'm here. Where are you?
My voice echoes softly throughout the hallways. Oh, who am I kidding? In a place this big, I don't think she'll hear me no matter how deafening the silence is. She could be all the way on the other side of the property for all I know. Quickly, I reach for my phone and dial her number. But
the number you have dialed has not been recognized. Please check and try again.
no way. What do you mean, has not been recognized? We were just talking a while ago. It's not like she was eaten by the house, right? Or maybe the ghost did hear us talking and spirited her away, right? Right? No, Isabella, don't be ridiculous. She probably just wandered deeper into the house and lost signal or something. I dial her number again, hoping the call will connect this time.
The number you have dialed has not been recognized.
Damn.
Please check and try again.
Alright, something's going down, but to no avail. Oh boy. I have a very bad feeling about this.
Rose? If you can hear me, please come out. Come on, Rose. This isn't funny. You know this place gives me the creeps.
No answer. This isn't going to work. The place is big. She could be anywhere. I need to start looking for her. I take a deep breath before venturing deeper into the mansion. Taking a couple steps forward, I notice something move above the grand staircase.
What the hell? Rose? Rose, is that you? Not funny. I'm leaving you if you don't come out. Not coming out, huh? Fine, I'm going.
Okay, that's a lie. She's my friend. I can't really leave until I know she's alright. Growing desperate, I try to contact her number again. Come on, please give me something. Please. Please, Lord. Yes, finally.
Hello? Hello? Rose, I'm here at the mansion. Where the hell are you?
Oh, shit. She doesn't respond. There's also heavy static coming from her side. I sincerely hope it doesn't get cut off. Again before I can get an answer from her.
Rose, come on. Where are you?
A few moments pass until the static eventually starts to quiet down.
I'm attic.
What? The attic? Why?
Crap, it got cut off. Yo, did you guys hear that? Like that other voice, like the, what is it, the grunge or whatever, that, like ghost sound on the phone as well? Yeah. Alright. Man, do I really need to go there? With how deep inside the mansion the attic is, there's barely any signal there. No wonder I can't contact her. But why is she there? Out of all the places, she just had to make me go fetch her in the creepiest room of this place. Is she doing this to get back at me for being late? Whatever, I'll just go. The sooner I meet up with her, the sooner I'll feel better about being here. I carefully make my way up to the staircase. My legs wobble as I mentally curse at the fact that I've chosen real estate, instead of picking a career that doesn't involve strange, abandoned houses. It's so quiet in the mansion here. It's actually kind of creeping me out. Upon reaching the top, the grand hallway meets me. I love how all of the scenes like move a bit, so there's like lighting effects and stuff like that. They put a lot of effort into this. It's really awesome. It branches out to the other two major wings of the mansion, the east and the west wing. Well, if y'all watched Beauty and the Beast, you know not to go into the west wing. So I guess we'll see what happens. There are two attics here, one on each side. But the east one has been converted into a storage room of sorts, and somehow I find it least likely to find Rose. I find it least likely for Rose to wander there by herself. Besides, she never did like going into stuffy storage rooms. So I head towards the west wing first. See? Yep, I'm going into the west wing. How did I know? How did I know it was going to happen there? Anyways. So I head towards the west wing first, where a simple wooden door at the end of the hall opens to a small room. Inside is another set of steps leading to the second attic. Unlike the grand staircase, though, the stairs to the attic are steep and narrow, made of old stones and covered with a thick coating of dust that kicks up into the air with every step. Thank God it's still daytime. If it wasn't for the light streaming through the door behind me, I might easily stumble and fall. Yeah, I agree, Sharkbite. Yeah, I think, I think the reason it is in such good shape is because nobody wants to live there. So, yeah, it's actually kind of creepy how neat and clean this place is. But then again, they did do some renovations. They did, make it look a little fancy, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, sweet. Let's see what happens. With how old the place is, there are no light fixtures to illuminate the cramped passage up. Why didn't they bother to add one here when they renovated escapes me. Sheesh. They did it with the rest of the house. A small bedroom welcomes me at the end. Oh, hell no. No, there we go. This is more like haunted house vibes we're getting here. It looks exactly as it did the last time I've been in here. Full of dust, worn out, and faded by time. Odd. I thought they cleaned everything. Did the crew miss this room? Cleanliness is the least of my concerns right now. The more pressing matter is Rose. She's not here. Was I dreaming when I talked to her a while ago? Did I mishear her? No, it couldn't have been a dream. After all, the creepy ambiance of this estate is doing such a remarkable job of making sure I stay alert and awake. And I'm sure she said that she's here. Is this a prank? Or maybe that phone call was Rose's last message to me before the curse got to her. Shut up, Brain. You're not helping. Don't make this scarier than it already is. But if she's not here, then where is she? Jesus Christ. What the hell was that? That's it. I can't do this anymore. I'm leaving. We must have angered the spirits living here. I knew disturbing this mansion was a bad idea right from the very start. But nobody listened. Be fucking realistic, they said. They think I'm cuckoo because I believe in curses and ghosts and all that. Me and my outlandish, backwater country beliefs. I've always strived to be a model employee, but not this time. No. I'm turning back for the sake of my sanity. Briar Realty can find another agent who is more fucking realistic to tour people around this haunted house. Before leaving, I take one last look at the gloomy old room. Just to check.
Huh? What's this?
My worries about Rose's whereabouts must have caused me to miss it when I first entered the room. But there's clearly something on the floor. It looks like
A letter?
a letter. Oh, that's the title of the game, so this letter must be pretty important, I imagine. Lying on the ground, just a couple of inches away from my feet. Out of sheer curiosity, I lean down and pick it up. Oh snap. Strange. Monsters in my mind. I want to become a realtor now. Yeah. That's a no. That's a no for me, dog. Strange. I don't recall seeing this the last time I was here. A few days back, me and a couple other agents inspected the mansion to prepare for today. Actually, it's a few other agents and I. Yeah, good writing, but no, I'm just kidding. I had been the last to look inside the attic and leave, and this certainly hadn't been there before. Think of the source material you could get. Yeah, true that. I mean, if you're a paranormal investigator channel, definitely. But I am too much of a chicken to do any urban exploration. In fact, hell, even going into a stranger's house just gets me all nervous and shit. Someone must have left it in this room since then. Did Rose leave this for me? Was she here a while ago? I couldn't have missed her though, could I? There's only one set of stairs leading to the attic. The letter isn't exactly in pristine condition. In fact, it looks rather ancient. The paper is so thin and rough. I'm worried it'll fall apart if I so much as touch it. But with great care, I open it, and what I read shakes me to my core.
What? Oh my god.
Nothing but the words, "Help me," fills the page. All of it seemingly written with a crimson-shaded pen. Bro, that ain't no shaded crimson pen. That's like freaking blood right there. Or blood. Yeah, you know what? I should just let the story tell itself, right? I gulp. The same phrase just goes on and on until
Send this to 5 people or else. Or else what? Or else what?
as quickly as I can, I scan the back of the paper and peek into the envelope to make sure I'm not missing out on a second page. But there's nothing.
No. Oh, please, no.
My hands tremble as dread creeps over me. The room is suddenly getting colder. I need to get out of here. Folding the paper in half, the sight that greets me next has me frozen on the spot. Damn. I was gonna say she needs a pedicure, but looks like she ain't got no toenails. Shit. A pair of blood-soaked feet enters my field of vision, covered in gaping wounds, with skin eaten away to reveal flesh, bone, and all manner of things one isn't meant to see. It's too much. All of it is too much. I want to cry, call for help, but the words catch in my throat. Even my feet won't move, completely paralyzed out of terror. Lord, please help me. Be brave and look up. Oh, hell no, I ain't doing that. I'm gonna pray to Jesus to save me. I shut my eyes tight, muttering fervent prayers under my breath.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Prayers taught to me as a child by my mama and my papa slip out endlessly through my teeth. Because God, oh God, if you have to listen to any of my prayers, please listen to this one. And if God doesn't listen, at least I won't see the thing that kills me. A cold comfort. Oh, my boy Moschino is here. What's up, Poppy? Good to see you. Thank you for coming. So glad you can make it. Let's continue. A cold comfort. I wait. And I wait some more. But when nothing happens, I dare to take a peek. Only to find that the ghost, the thing, whatever it is, gone. Relief washes over me as I shakily get up to my feet and back away towards the door. Wrenching it open, I slip out without a second thought and make a run for it, down the stairs and onto the hallway. I take a look back to make sure it isn't behind me. Any other person might have stopped, dismissed it as a trick of the light and an overactive imagination. But I'm not taking any chances. I am not giving that thing another chance to catch me off guard. Just had to stop in before bed to support the brother. Yeah, thanks, Moschino. And also, thanks for getting me that Master Chief collection. That was a very pleasant birthday present. You know, I've been telling my friends that I picked the perfect time to pick a PC because I hit them all up. I was like, hey, I just built a PC for myself, a little birthday gift for myself. And then the games just didn't stop coming in. But you know what? None of them sent me this game. So I had to get it myself, which I'm totally fine with. I appreciate all of you guys who send me games and gifts. And even you don't gotta send me shit. I'm just really thankful that you guys all wish me a happy birthday. And I'm glad you're here with me. So let's continue with the game. Get all Bob Ross on this. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think I'll ever feel safe until I get out of here. Whatever that is. Whatever warning bell in my mind is telling me that it's going to jump out at any moment and get me while I'm still in this place.
I told them! I freaking told them! Oh man, oh man, oh man!
Racing down the stairs, a breathy laugh escapes me and my shoe slips and I find myself falling until my back hits the ground and pain racks my body. Shit. My head grows fuzzy and my vision dims as I fight to stay conscious.
No. Go away.
Damn. The last thing I see are those feet before all I know is darkness. Help me, help me, help me. Oh my god, just to help me. Oh, this is a damn fun house.
Write off your loss. Send letters goodbye. I won't forget you. Though your life fades away as I wither in this world filled with regret. Hold my hand and leave.
Oh, this is crazy, actually. They honored her life with a full-on animated opening. This is pretty awesome, actually.
This bloody house where
Oh damn, that's our ghost girl right there. She looks like she was like a maid or something like that. I wonder if we could like sleep with a ghost. I wonder what would happen. That's just I'm sorry for that. You guys are A buzz breaks the silence. I start to rouse, pulled into consciousness against my own will. I've never felt this tired before. I just want to sleep, but the insistent buzzing, poking, and prodding isn't letting me. My old mattress may not be the comfiest of places, but that doesn't make me any more eager to wake up.
5 more minutes, Becca.
I swat away at what is nudging persistently at my side. Come on. Can't I just get a few more extra minutes of sleep today? I promise I'll work hard once I'm up. A hand lightly taps my cheek, and something cold is suddenly being pressed at the back of my head. An icy sensation slowly spreads throughout the area, giving me an uncomfortable feeling.
Isabella? Isabella? Gosh, can you hear me? Isabella?
The fog immediately lifts from my mind. The fog immediately lifts from my mind the moment I recognize the voice, and my eyes snap open. There, looking down at me, is Rose. Oh shit. Who's this other fine girl here? Another woman loiters beside her, but my attention is too focused on my co-agent to even ask why there's someone else with her. Hey, thanks Mandy and Deadline. Thanks Jay. Appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by, you guys. Get some rest, you know. Have a good night's stream. Hopefully this game wasn't scary enough to give you nightmares. Probably wasn't, but thank you for stopping by. I appreciate all of you. But yeah, peace out. And we're gonna keep going. Rose's posture just screams worry. Although she's keeping a straight face, or trying at least, I can't help but feel bad for making her fret. A wave of dizziness washes over me as soon as I try to get up, forcing me to lie back down again. To lay back down? Okay. Luckily, the feeling subsides after a few seconds, until only a mild throbbing somewhere at the back of my head remains. With a little assistance from Rose, I push myself upright. She hands me an ice pack and gestures for me to press it where I suspect a small bump has already formed. Hey, Vidith. What's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. Damn, we got, 14 people. Am I seeing this right? 14 or 13 people in house? Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you guys are all here and you are bearing the sound of my stuttery voice and mumbliness. But now, thanks for stopping by.
All right, Isabella, where are we?
Yeah, now we're playing a horror visual novel, Pick Your Path game. And just at the beginning, and I haven't killed anyone yet, so that's a plus.
The Ermengarde mansion. Why? Ow, my head.
And the date today?
October 21st? Rose.
Last one. Can you count to 15 in reverse order?
15, 14, 13, 12-teen? No, that's wrong.
12-teen.
Why are we doing this?
She's just checking if your injury is in any way serious.
This time, I curiously regard the woman standing beside Rose. It's impossible to overlook her. What with the way she towers over what with the way she towers over us? Yeah, with Vidith, just been chilling. You know, I had a pretty awesome birthday. You know, didn't go out. Just, you know, chilled out. Got buzzed at home. Ordered in. Spent time with the family a bit. You know, and then started getting this stream ready to go, and it's been great. Hey, what's up, Sojin? 691. Yeah, no, this game, I'm actually really liking this so far, and you know, the graphics and the visuals are actually pretty stunning. And here I thought, Rose is already tall. Who is she anyway? One of the remaining cleaning crews? But with how primly I think it is, but with how primly dressed she is, I don't think anyone would want to clean in a suit. An expensive suit at that. The gloves alone must have already cost a fortune. She looks like some private investigator or something. Her eyes slowly shift between Rose and I, considering us with an almost unreadable expression, before finally fixing a sharp gaze on me. I can't help but fold my arms protectively over myself as she does so. Oh, yeah, shark bite. Yeah, I turned 24. I'm reaching my mid-20s, man. It's crazy how time flies, man. And I don't mean to say it like I feel like I'm getting old, but like I was like 17, you know, like yesterday. I blinked and I'm here. So shit. But yeah, no, I've been enjoying every single minute of it. You know, like life is short. Like I think the reason why I worry so much and fear about like getting older is that I want to be able to do all the things that I want to do before I reach a certain age where I have to settle down and build a proper, you know, career and foundation. It's just kind of why I want to start doing this, you know. But yeah, no, thanks for tuning in, guys. You know, I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out. We got a decent amount of people in here, and I can't thank you all enough. So without further ado, let's continue with the story. She may be far from a cleaning crew, but she certainly looks like our supervisor doing evaluation.
Just do it, please.
I eyed them both warily, but recite everything as she had asked. Rose releases a breath of relief once I'm done.
You scared me for a moment there. I was about to call for an ambulance. Are you all right?
Exasperation soon replaces the dull ache. The memory is a little fuzzy, but the attic, and...
There was someone, Rose. In the attic.
Someone? You mean a client? Oh, that's unlikely. It's probably just one of the cleaning crews. The boss sent a few of them back this morning for some last minute...
No, not any of those. I'm not actually sure. Wait, didn't I call you? You said you were in the attic when you answered. That's why I went there in the first place.
Both Rose and the lady look at me like I've just grown another head. Did I say something weird? That's like the customer service face right there. Rose quickly casts an apologetic smile at the woman before the awkward silence stretches on further. It's her saleswoman smile. See, I know that shit. You know, I work in the service industry. I know that look. It's her saleswoman smile. The same one she taught me back when I was still a trainee. I should show this to troublesome clients, or just to avoid trouble in general, she advised. It's also the same one she gives me when I've done something particularly absurd that may cause us to lose a potential sale. Yo, thanks for stopping by, Monsters in My Mind. You know what? I'm so glad you can make it and you could swing by. Peace out, man. I appreciate you. Good night. Shark bite. I remember the days when I was snorting glue in kindergarten, and it seems only like yesterday when I was mining for diamonds preparing to fight the Ender Dragon. Dude, yeah, like, I was playing, like, I was like, 1 second I was like playing RuneScape at like, you know, 8 years old, and now I'm here still playing video games. Yeah, I made progress. Her eyes are serious when she turns back to me. She takes both of my shoulders, gently squeezes it, and with as much patience she can muster.
As much as I'd love to have gotten at least a heads up of your arrival, I didn't really get a call from you. You know, signal here is absolutely horrendous. I was in the garden earlier and couldn't even make a single call. Isabella, I'm going to ask again. Are you really all right? What happened?
I don't know. It's all a bit blurry. I remember I was looking for you, but you weren't in the attic. And there's whoever it is. Then I must have tripped on a rug or something on the way down. Oh no. Do you think someone came in while you were out? You left the main door open.
Oh, by the way, I'm Brenda. Alright, I see that username. I'll call you Brenda by now. So, nice to meet you, Brenda. I'm sure I've seen you around, but I'm sure we'll get a lot more acquainted in the future. Hopefully, if I continue to stream this game. Which, if you guys like it, I will definitely will every time I play the game.
We are so going to get into big trouble if something gets stolen, Rose.
Perhaps it is a concussion.
Are you sure you feel fine? We could still call for an ambulance. I could cover for you.
No, I'm fine. I'm okay, Rose. I can work.
Wait. Hold your horses, Rose. I can't just miss an important sale because of a minor bump in the head. An extremely minor bump. I've had worse when I was a kid. This is nothing.
Besides, if I leave, you'll have to shoulder everything in the open house, alone. And in a mansion this big?
Well, there's also the part where I may lose that bonus BRC promised. But that's completely besides the point. Rose gives me a skeptical look when I return the cold compress to her. And push myself off the floor. I have to use the staircase railings to steady myself, but otherwise, I feel fine.
See? I'm A-okay.
The two of them exchange a worried glance, and Rose assumes a contemplative look. I bite my lower lip in anticipation. If she says no...
All right, you win.
That's right, I win, because I'm a winner. I ain't no loser. A smile threatens to slip out of me.
If I see that you aren't feeling well, I'm taking you personally to the nearest clinic to have you checked. Clear?
Clear as day, ma'am. Thanks, Rose.
You insisted. But remember what I said. First sign of you looking not okay, and we're off. No questions asked.
It's just a small bump. Don't worry.
You shouldn't downplay these kinds of things. It could be a serious injury for all we know.
This is true. Suddenly, a small cough sounds against the walls of the foyer, interrupting our banter. The woman is looking expectantly at the two of us, her stare making me shrink back a little on myself. She isn't really intimidating. Well, she is. But not in the scary, negative way. Far from it. Actually, her demeanor simply commands an air of sophistication and respect. In a different world, a younger me would have probably wished to be like her. At our lack of response, she coughs again, lifting a well-trimmed eyebrow at me in question. Words get caught in my throat at the sight of it. Yeah, same. And Rose, as usual, is swift to catch my blunders.
My sincerest apologies, Miss
McCulloch. Marianne McCulloch.
McCulloch. Oh, she sounds like she has an Irish accent. Wouldn't be surprised if she's from Dublin or something. She hands Rose her business card. Oh, she's an interior designer. Oh, that's why she's so eccentric. The words interior designer catch my eyes before my partner flips it over. Oh, probably someone interested in the mansion for its 17th century influences then. I won't hold it against her though. Despite the hearsays and remaining uninhabited for years, the mansion's original fittings and furniture have been kept completely intact and restored to pristine condition. I suppose some people find that trip to the past feeling appealing. After all, with what it offers, this place could also be a haven for people looking to live somewhere with a classic historical charm.
Miss McCullough, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We're just ironing out a few things, but we'll be starting the tour soon enough. In the meantime, we've prepared some refreshments for you in the parlor while you're waiting. If you could please...
Thanks. There's no need for it, though. I just dropped by for a quick survey of the place.
Oh, I just dropped for a quick survey of the place. My name's Miss Cullen. I'm Irish. Yeah, okay. I think this accent sounds a bit off, but I can't complain. I'm not that good at an Irish accent either.
I thought I should check the estate before I meet with the homeowners.
Rosa's confusion is impossible to miss when she glances back at me, and I return it with an equally perplexed look. And, against my better judgment, I blurt out the first question that comes to mind.
I'm sorry. Homeowners?
I should have kept my mouth shut. A flash of irritation crosses her face, but it instantly disappears under a mask of professional detachment.
Yes, Hannah Wright? She hired me to handle the interior design for their new home.
This is the Ermengarde mansion, right?
It is, but...
She pauses, possibly trying to find the right words to fix the awkward situation without offending someone. Suddenly, Rose nudges me with her elbow. We'll check with our supervisor. Seems like the most common sense one to... Oh look, I got a one-up with Marianne McCullough. Is that how she pronounces her name? McCullough? I'll just say McCullough. Alright, yeah, so yeah, that relationship boost be going up. It's still gonna be wild till I can smash though, but Those few moments have given me enough time to clear my head of any nervousness or confusion clouding it.
It is, ma'am, but we weren't aware the mansion has already been sold.
Hey, creepy clown girl. Yeah, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Thank you so much for tuning in.
What do you mean?
I almost flinch when she turns her gaze on me, but I stand my ground. Besides, it isn't like I haven't dealt with awkward situations like this before. I may screw up at times, but that doesn't mean I haven't learned a thing or two in the 5 years I've worked in this business.
The mansion is indeed for sale, ma'am. Today's the open house, in fact. However, we haven't heard anything from the higher-ups that a deal has already been closed for this particular property. If you'd like, my co-agent and me can check with them right now.
She nods, seemingly in deep thought after I've finished. She appears to be a reasonable person, anyway. Given the proper explanation, she'd surely understand.
I thought something looked odd. Excuse me, I need to call my secretary.
Yeah, you do that.
Thank you for your assistance, Miss Santos.
With a slight wave of her hand, she leaves us. That seems to be the end of it. Both Rose and I breathe with a sigh of relief. Disaster averted. I also don't want to miss the big thumbs up she gives. I also don't miss the thumbs up she gives me for doing a good job, and I can't help but swell with pride. Still, I've already prepared myself to dial the number to our Luxburn office and check, even if she didn't ask for it. Brenda's gotta go. It's all good. Thank you so much for taking the time to hang out here. No, it's great. Thank you so much, and you have a great night. Get some rest, and I'll see you next time. Perhaps on the next stream. We'll see. Quick, you two are alone now. Bang! That's right. We got this whole mansion to ourselves now. Bow chicka wow wow. Hey Laura, thank you so much for the happy birthday wishes. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, this is actually a lot of fun. I'm thoroughly enjoying this. This is actually a great experience. Didn't think it would turn out so well streaming, and definitely getting a little bit more comfortable now. Butterflies in the stomach are all gone and shit. But yeah. Alright. Now, if we'll continue with the story. I will be very frustrated if, for some reason, something has already been decided without me or Rosa's knowledge. Without my or Rosa's knowledge. That's a whole new level of unfair. We've been working hard on this. Moments later, Miss McCulloch returns, looking a little frustrated, but with an apology clear in her face. Oh shit, she blushing from embarrassment, or I don't know, maybe she just thinks I'm super sexy or something. I feel a little sorry for her having to go through all this trouble.
There seems to have been a little misunderstanding with my client. If you'll allow it, I'd like to stay and wait for them here. I was informed they'll be dropping by for the open house today. I figured it'd be a waste to just leave after that long drive. I might as well meet him here.
Certainly. You could stay at the parlor in the meantime, ma'am. I'm sure it won't be long before our guests arrive. And, Isabella, I left a few documents in my car. You know where I keep those. Can you please get it for me?
Rose takes a glance at her wristwatch before tossing me a set of keys.
And hurry! We've still got a few minutes to double-check those papers.
Okay, got it.
The two of them disappear behind the parlor's door. Damn, I guess they gonna be getting freaky and shit. No, I'm just kidding. Their departure brings with it a stillness to keep me company, neither welcoming nor comforting. Alone like this, it's impossible not to think of what really happened. I wish the memory isn't as elusive as it normally is. Then again, Rose already said that she didn't receive any call from me. Was it just paranoia? A temporary lapse of after having heard all those tales about this place? This creepy ass haunted house? Probably. I want to think of it as such. Better to think of it as such, so I can work in peace. Except a small part of my mind begs to differ. And if I'm going to be completely honest with myself, I want nothing more than to leave this place as soon as possible. I don't know what's in this house, and I don't want to know. The keys Rose have shit. These tongue twister sentences. The keys Rose have just handed to me dig into my palm, its jagged edges creating shallow ridges on my skin from how hard I'm clutching it. It's a reminder of what I still need to do, and why I've taken this job in the first place. Hugging my blazer closer to my body, I exit the house to get what Rose had asked of me. Just a few more hours, Isabella. Sell the house, get the money. What the... Damn, shit. Okay. What was up with that weird flash? Damn. Okay, 1 second here, fellows. I'm going to save the game before some crazy stuff goes down, and I'm going to take a quick break, if you don't mind. And 1 second here, I will be back. I'm going to go grab a cold one, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are back. Oh wait, before we continue, listen to this satisfying sound. I mean, drinking carbonated drinks is probably not the best thing while I'm narrating, but you know what? It's my birthday. I'm chilling out. This is not a serious story narration, but yeah, let's continue. A flock of people have already gathered in the mansion's front yard by the time we officially open the doors. I'm not sure whether I should feel baffled or underdressed, standing in their presence. They probably got a lot of elite people looking at this place. Men and women of wealth and status, all dressed to the nines in fancy suits and lovely dresses of varying colors, compose the medium-sized crowd. Their necks, arms, and fingers all adorned with silver and gold, glinting in the afternoon sun. Some even have ridiculously fancy feathered hats on their heads. I really hope there aren't any magpies living nearby in the stories. Like in the stories, those birds will have a field day in this. They are murmuring among themselves, looking at the estate's facade, appraisingly, with some arguing about whose mansion has the superior architecture. But most of it stops, as Rose calls for their attention. They don't look too pleased at being ordered around, but what can they do about it?
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Rose Cooper, and this is my partner, Isabella Santos. We'll be taking a tour of the mansion in 2 groups. Please make sure you filled up our sign-in forms before joining a specific group.
Those who want to look around the first floor, please follow my partner. I'll be guiding the ones who wish to see the ground floor.
Hearing this, a few wander to me. They're most likely old ladies. They're mostly old ladies who seem daunted at the idea of climbing all those stairs. Miss McCullough also joins our group, but what really catches my eye is the elegantly dressed pair she approaches. Damn! Alright, this is one fancy looking couple we got here.
It's so nice to finally meet you! When Chief Inspector Lee mentioned that a famous interior designer is in town, I knew I had to get you.
Your confidence in my skills is very flattering, ma'am.
Oh shit.
I'm sure you won't disappoint, Marianne.
Oh, you know each other?
Not at all, ma'am.
You mentioned something about a Marianne on our way here, darling?
Oh, yes, I think I did.
Wait, what? Ah, they must be the clients she was talking about. I might have seen their faces somewhere before. Some magazine? Or the television? I can't quite remember. But, then again, most of our guests have likely ended up on the news, one way or another. I won't be surprised if these two already have. For people who are popular, though, they aren't dressed as loudly as the others, and in their simplicity, the couple stands out. The woman, in particular, is stunning enough to turn the heads of most people in my group, especially the men with wandering eyes. I wonder where their eyes are wandering to. Maybe going down a little south, check out them. Shit, no, okay, never mind. The guy standing beside her doesn't seem to mind, though. And if I'm going to be a bit bolder with my assumptions, I'd say he's basking in the attention. Both of them, in fact. I think they're brother and sister if it wasn't for their public display of affection. The matching rings on their fingers just cement the fact that they are indeed a couple. Whatever. Couple or not, what's important is we get this deal closed before the current owners can even think of canceling the listing. I just hope one of the people in my or Rosa's group is brave and generous enough to buy this mansion. And so, with papers in hand, I lead the way. damn, this sound design in this game is actually pretty awesome. As a person who loves to put sound effects in my creepy narrations, I really really getting immersed in the ambiance and the music and everything like that. It's a nice touch. Not all visual novels do this, but on this degree or this level, so I'm enjoying this a lot, and I'm glad I get to enjoy it with all of you, even though most of y'all have left. But hey, 5 people, still going strong, baby. Let's keep it going. When they aren't whimpering among themselves, or going ooh and ah over one thing or another, they ask questions. Well, I gotta go to bed. I wish I could stay longer, but it's 1 a.m. and I'm drifting off fast. Hey man, no, it's all good, bro. I appreciate you stopping by. I think once we close the deal here, I'm probably gonna close the stream off anyways, but nothing set in stone. I'm glad you could stop by. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, and have a great night. Get some rest, baby. Alright. Now, if I'll continue with the story. From how the restoration process went, to the history of the place, I answered them all, more than happy to talk about the art pieces and architecture mostly. However, I'm careful. Excuse me. Them carbonated drinks, am I right? However, I'm careful not to mention anything about the urban legend. Not a good material for sales talk, even if the entire population of Luxburn knows about it.
Some of the furnishings here are actually the 17th century originals, all of which have undergone a painstaking restoration process just to return its original beauty.
I have some voice acting so I can take a break.
Even the glass thing. Colorful ones. Oh, I don't know, but you get the idea, I hope.
Especially that one, ma'am. It is said to be a gift commissioned by the fiancé of Lady Charlotte Ermengarde. The mansion's current owners have specifically requested that the restoration crew take great care in handling it. It's a priceless work of art and the most distinctive feature of the mansion.
By the time I've stopped talking, her attention is already elsewhere.
Isn't this place wonderful,
Damn,
darling?
they bounce too, shit.
I told you it's not a total waste of your time.
I don't know. Isn't it a bit too small? We might have to break a wall down to have more room.
Rich people, am I right?
Well, I think it is just right. Don't you think so, Marianne?
It is splendid, ma'am. But isn't it a little too early to make plans when no deal has been signed yet?
Never mind that. It isn't going to be a problem. We've got a wonderful legal team to handle everything.
Yeah, she is hellbent on getting this place.
Start taking notes, though. I think I've got a few things I want changed before we move in.
Right. The rest of the conversation gets lost in the chatter of our companions. I don't want to make any assumptions yet, but their sheer interest is enough to give me some semblance of hope. Oh, please, 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 let these guys be the one. Eventually, our group reaches the kitchen. Much like the rest of the house, a great deal of effort has been put in retaining the room's classical appeal. That is a nice kitchen, actually. I can't help but notice those knives are just hung up weird, though. I know, just me being a chef and all. The open hearth at the end of the room, in particular, looks amazing, like the ones I've only seen in fairy tale books. And mad props to the cleaning crew. Yeah, it do look sparkly and nice. Seriously, after overhearing hundreds of their complaints about how the soot and tar are staining the bricks, and how much of a pain in the ass cleaning this will be, they still managed to pull this off. Or make it look presentable, at least.
The highlight of the room, however, is what's underneath this hatch here.
Oh, don't say anything yet. An underground wine cellar.
This is the first time the guy in gray speaks up. Mr. Luke Wright? My memory supplies from the forms they signed earlier. His sudden attentiveness catches me off guard. Since the start of the tour, only his wife has shown any form of genuine interest in the place. But this time, something lights up in his eyes at the mention of the Undercroft. What's so interesting about the basement? I really don't understand rich people sometimes. Right now, he just gives me the impression of a child who has seen what he absolutely wants for Christmas. I've always found it cute whenever I see children act that way, my younger siblings especially. But on a grown man, it's almost funny.
Yes, sir. It could house around 7,000 to 11,000 bottles of wine.
Damn.
Truly. And the room, how was it built?
The bricks that were used to build the cellar have been carefully picked for the purpose of maintaining and preserving a constant temperature and humidity in the room. It's a good place to keep your private collection in if you have one, sir.
It keeps the corks in good condition.
Oh, love. Didn't you say before that you wanted to make your own personal vineyard? Perhaps you could start one here.
You know we're going to need space for that, darling.
Hey, Bad Vibes, what's up, man? Thanks for stopping by. We're just playing a visual novel, you know. It's a horror-based visual novel. So what we're currently trying to do is sell this creepy mansion to these rich-ass people. So that's the deal. And there's also a lot of boobies and stuff too. And this isn't big enough?
If it's space you're worried about, sir, the Ermengarde mansion sits on a 46-acre lot. There's plenty of room for it. We were told that the original owners had a horse stable built here before, too.
There's a contemplative expression on Mr. Wright's face, but he doesn't say anything further. His wife, however, seems really pleased that he has started to show interest, if only a little. I smile to myself. I may not completely understand how these people's minds work, but I sure as hell know how to spot a buyer with sincere interest. Score! I can't wait to tell Rose. The rest of the tour goes by without a hitch. After more than half an hour, we're able to cover almost every room on the ground floor, and are heading to the parlor. Funny. The first time BRC had us survey the property, I kept complaining to Rose how big it is. Now, I can't even bring myself to care, no matter how much my feet hurt. Maybe this is just my excitement over a possible sale. Wait, I'm hearing some... When we reach the parlor, however, an odd feeling washes over me. It starts off as small goosebumps on my skin, a feeling of being watched intently. Whispers in my ear and shadows dancing, lurking in the corner of my vision. Dark silhouettes that are gone when I turn to look. A chill settles down my spine, making me feel sick, and I start to break out in a cold sweat. I can't do this. I need to sit down for a moment. The old ladies in the group have been requesting for a break anyway. If I can just...
Excuse me? Everyone? We will be taking a 15-minute rest here before we visit the first floor. In the meantime, please help yourselves to the refreshments and snacks we prepared. If anyone has any questions, feel free to approach me. I'd be happy to help you.
I let them sit while I retreat to a quiet corner to recover. It's not what you think. Don't think about it. It's not what you think. I've probably just caught Becca's cold. Don't think about it. I'm left alone for a good while, the same words spilling out of my lips in a silent prayer. Until a hand taps my shoulder.
Hello, you there?
Oh, hello there. I love you. No, shit.
Yes, ma'am?
Oh, look at you! Having to show a group around a mansion this big must be exhausting.
Oh, welcome back, Brenda.
Not a problem, ma'am. I'm just doing my job.
What a hard worker! Anyway, Isabel, right?
Isabella, actually. But yes, what can I help you with, ma'am, right?
Please, just Hana. Call me Hana.
Hana. Shouldn't it be Hannah? Not Hana. I don't know. Maybe it's just... I know I'm not the best with accents, but I'm just pointing that out.
I just wanted to ask, how soon are we able to move in?
My brain completely stops. The sick feeling plaguing me is suddenly gone, replaced by utter bewilderment. Is this a joke? She looks at me. She looks at me expectantly as I struggle to come up with an answer.
Wait, ma'am, you see... But we haven't even negotiated a price yet, ma'am. We haven't even finished touring the rest of the mansion. A sale would be great and all, but...
She stops me from speaking any further and puts a hand on my shoulder. For a moment, with her bright smile, she looks as if she has tasted a particularly sour lemon.
Oh, please, sweetie, don't insult me. Money is not a problem. And, just between you and me, this place is better off with us than with some old lady who'll probably just fill it up with cats.
This is true. But I love cats, but yes.
I personally don't think there's anything wrong with having cats here, ma'am Hana. I'm sure there's more than enough space here if you want pets.
Perhaps I'm still not feeling well. But really, what's wrong with cats? More importantly, why is she talking about moving in already?
Well, I'm more of a dog person. But you see, this is going to be a gift to my darling. It's going to be our anniversary soon. And it would be so wonderful if you can secure its purchase for us.
Damn, on my anniversary, I just bought flowers. Shit.
Why, I can even offer something extra if you help us out with the paperwork.
Oh, a little something extra? What might that be? I'm sure we can negotiate, a special thing between you and I.
We actually have a process for this, ma'am. I don't really think that would be necessary or appropriate.
And just what are you two lovely ladies talking about here? Leaving me and our lovely interior designer to talk here by ourselves. What would the people think, darling?
Oh, it's just small talk, love. I was asking if she could help me with the paperwork.
I try not to wince when her nails dig into my shoulder. I can't help but send an imploring look at Miss McCullough, who only gives me an apologetic smile and a shrug.
Yeah, I can give you a fact sheet and a form to fill out.
She wastes no time in taking the papers from my hand and shuffles through the bunch. Oh man, Rose is going to be so angry at me for letting her do that.
Wonderful.
I think I read that wrong, but whatever.
And Marianne, I'd really love to talk to you about those changes. You took some notes earlier, yes?
I did, Mom. But I really hope that this time...
Excellent. Hopefully you can help us out too, Isabel.
Isabella.
Right. It's a lovely name, Isabel.
It's Isabella.
Isabella. Shit, come on, girl, get it right.
Yes, that's great. We'll be more than happy to put in a good word to your superiors too, and... What's this?
Oh shit! Oh, she just picked up the letter. A look of confusion and disgust appears on her face. Turning to her husband, he merely shrugs. He merely shrugs in reply. Yeah, I'm a bit tipsy, guys.
That's, an interesting work of art. Not to my taste, though.
Shit.
I'm sorry.
Darling, Buttercup, art is a complete overstatement for this garbage. It looks like a cheap prop from a D-list horror film.
Shush, love. Let the girl do what she pleases with, what do they call this? Oh, forget about it. At the very least, it's not as dreadful as the one art exhibit I was forced to attend last month. You should have seen it, Marianne. Even you would have been appalled. But I'm sure you'll know what to do with our walls once we get started.
I highly doubt it is as bad as you say, ma'am. Nevertheless, you can be assured that my team will only pick whatever suits your tastes. Nothing of this chain letter sort, of course. It has to always work with a palette.
I'm quite sure chain letters these days don't come in this form.
It's my turn to be puzzled. What do they mean? Rose and I double-checked everything. Are the papers I handed not enough? I want to ask what I did wrong. I don't want to mess this up. But with the way Ma'am Hannah's leading the conversation, I'm afraid that's exactly what will happen if I do interrupt her.
That's good to hear. See, darling, isn't she an absolute delight to work with? I can't wait to see how this place will look when she's done with it.
Oh, you don't have to tell me that, Buttercup.
Wait, a smile is back on her face when she turns to me and hands me a strange piece of paper.
I would still put it away if I were you, though. Otherwise, people might get the wrong impression. Anyway, as I was saying...
I don't hear the rest of what she says after that. I can only stare down at the paper, at the letter in my hands. The sides crinkle in my grip, and my breathing grows labored. Dread quickly fills my mind.
Isabella? Isabella? Are you all right? You're looking pale.
I didn't even notice when Rosa's group joined us in the parlor. I want nothing more than to say that, no, I'm all right. I want to leave this place, because I remember everything as clear as day. This letter and those blood-soaked limbs in the attic. It's real.
The letter. I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Hey, what's up, Jose? Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, we're just playing a creepy horror game, and we are having a lot of fun with this. At least I am, and the apparent 8 people in the stream. But yeah, thank you for swinging by, and I appreciate you. Now, if we'll continue with the story. Careless. I've been so careless. How do I even tell them that without looking like I've gone mad? Should I even tell them? Damn, show the letter to Rose or don't show her. I don't want to show her, because I don't want whatever is going to happen if she sees it. I think I'm not going to show her the letter. Damn, I'm at a bit of a predicament here. Possibly, I think it's a good time to save. You know, whenever you have to make these serious decisions, I think it's a good time to save. So, she's probably gonna get mad if I show her the letter and say like, oh, are you at this again with this bullshit? Like, stay focused on the job. So, you know, I'm not gonna show her the letter.
Rose,
Oh, let's see what the relationship is. Oh, my thingy with Marianne went up again. Damn, we about to get close enough to smash. Shit. Alright. New. Okay. Oh, so this is a journal log. Alright, well, we'll look for that later. The words are stuck in my throat. I want to tell her. I really do. But is she gonna believe me? She already dismissed me earlier. See? Man, see, you know, like, we think a lot, you know. We think a lot alike. It's a concussion, she said. It's not. There really is something in this house, in that attic, in that letter. It's going to go after us. Please, believe me.
Dear me, is Isabelle all right?
Ma'am Hannah's voice breaks through the haze, beginning to cloud my mind. Rose is looking down on me, worry etched on her features. I didn't even notice when she removed the wrinkled paper from my hands and pushed me down to sit on a nearby chair. From the edge of my vision, I can also make out that Miss McCullough is passing food. I can also make out that Miss McCullough asking a passing food server for a glass of water. Though, through it all, Mr. Wright stands in the sidelines. Although curious, he appears more inclined to watch the scene than help. They're all likely to believe me, as Rose does. They are all as likely to believe me as Rose does. Alright, have a good night, Jose. Thanks for swinging by. To everyone, whatever's in this house is just a hoax, a cautionary tale for children.
Isabella, do you need me to call that ambulance?
She offers me a drink, but I push it away. I need to get out of here before I cause an even bigger commotion. Clear my head, take a breath of fresh air. Anything to take my mind off things. No one is going to believe me anyway.
No, I'm just feeling a bit out of it. Excuse me, I'll be back. I just need to catch my breath.
Bowing my head, I mutter a quick apology and gather my stuff to make a quick exit. It doesn't matter if this place is haunted or not. I've caused trouble, and Rose can be quite unforgiving of behavior like this. I'm almost at the door when she catches up to me.
Isabella, wait!
The apprehension must have been quite obvious on my face, because her expression instantly shifts to something gentler, eyes softer, a fond smile spreading on her lips.
Hey, I'm not angry.
I know. I'm sorry I ruined this for you.
Aw. Don't feel that way, Isabella.
Come on, you didn't ruin anything. It's not like we haven't ran into any problems before.
That's right.
If we don't get a deal today, we can always try on a different day. And look.
She hesitates, completely trailing off, before shifting her gaze down to her hands. A small gesture to stall. Her fingers are fiddling with a piece of folded paper. It's that stupid letter again. My hands stiffen when she gives it back, but I take it nevertheless, more as an automatic response than any desire to have it back. I'll throw it away if I can, but I have this nagging feeling that, one way or another, it'll find its way back to me, regardless of what I do about it.
Rose, this is... You have to let them know about...
I know you want us to get this sale so badly, and we've made a lot of plans on how to go about this. I mean, who wouldn't? This is the first time I've been assigned to a property like this. I've sold plenty of houses before, but nothing like what we have here. It's a beautiful house. I'd love to get one of my own if I ever win the lottery. But I think... Look, here's the thing, Isabella. If we are going to do this, work on something, I don't know, this big, I need you in top shape. And the way you are now...
My mind stops.
What? Wait. No, I can still work. I just need to get myself together.
Nah, actually, Isabella, I think you need a break.
That's what you said earlier. I let it go because I thought, hey, it's your own body and you should know more than anyone how you feel. But after this, I really think you should take a break.
You're kicking me out?
No, I'm not. Look, all I'm asking is for you to take a seat somewhere I can see you, and let me handle this for now. You're clearly not yourself, and I honestly could use some time not worrying when you'll fall over or not. The day's not even over, and I'm already feeling the stress. Please, humor me just this once.
She clasps her hand together in front of her, eyes pleading for understanding. And I do understand, to some extent. That doesn't mean I'll feel any way less awful. Whether at myself, at the unlikely turn the situation has taken, or for her. I don't really know.
I promise I'll give you a full report of what happens after. I'll even let you take the lead tomorrow.
Fine. Okay. I'll step aside for now.
Yeah, I think it's best, Isabella. I think you should take a little break.
You're upset.
A little, yeah, obviously.
If it's any consolation, I won't tell the boss about today. You know how he is.
Please don't. I don't want a repeat of the lecture I got during my first assignment. He called me a noob, and I don't even know what that means.
Damn, then you really are a noob. At the memory, we both burst into helpless giggles, earning the strange looks from the guests milling about the door. Talking and laughing like this, it's easy to forget any mishaps that happened. Little things you learn to appreciate, I guess.
So, are we good?
I'm still not okay with this, but Rose has a point. It's better for me to step out of this one for now.
I won't be able to help you anyways if I keep getting distracted like this. Maybe I'll just take a walk outside or something while I wait for you to wrap things up.
Please, just stay put. I insist.
I'm not an invalid, Rose.
You clearly have not seen how you looked earlier.
It's not that bad.
Color hasn't even returned to your cheeks yet. Just stay here, all right? Don't even think of going anywhere. Let me finish what I'm doing here, and then I'll take you back to Luxembourg myself to have that minor bump checked.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible you suffered a concussion, a minor concussion even.
At least wait for me to call someone who'll fetch you, okay?
She's gone before I can voice up. She's gone before I can voice one word of complaint. Left with nothing else to do, I find myself drifting back to the foyer. I guess you could say foyer, but a few visitors linger in the area. Some merely enjoying the afternoon sunlight streaming through the stained glass windows. Others can be seen admiring the priceless antiques decorating the room. One group of elderlies, gathered some way across from me, is occupied in a friendly banter about which one would cost more to buy. A little argument here, an occasional laughter and teasing there. I smile to myself. The conversation reminds me of what I've been missing out these past few months. Rose is probably right. I do need a break. Maybe this afternoon's hangout will help. Speaking of, I should call Ash. It's a few hours early from what I've told him, but he did ask for a call once I'm done. Besides, I don't have a ride back. He offered, so I might as well take it. Or bribe him into giving me one. Not that I'll ever accept the latter. Personal convictions and all. Honestly, if there's something I find admirable in him, despite his tendency to annoy the hell out of me, it's that... Well, whatever way works, a free ride is still a free ride. There's Rose's offer too, but despite what she says, I know she'll be busy for the rest of the afternoon, especially without me assisting. Bothering her for a favor as small as this is the last thing I want to do right now. A couple of minutes and a few prayers asking for a decent signal later, the call finally connects and...
Shit! What's up, Bob Ash from Deluxe City? Baggers, watch out! Can't beat me. Looking for trouble?
What?
Shit, how loud is this thing even? Cool dude. Pretty fly for an Asian guy.
What the heck?
Sup, Bob Ash from Deluxe
A sharp
City.
ringing fills the entire hall, disrupting the pleasant quiet that has settled. Soon enough, heads begin to turn in search of the source, mine included. My eyes dart around the small crowd before zeroing in on a lone figure crouched behind the same group of old people checking out the decors moments ago. He's facing away from me, fumbling with something in his hand. But I don't need to see his face to know whose back it is. Oh, I'd recognize that dumb parka anywhere. Without bothering to end the call, I marched towards him. Oh my god, this ringtone is so annoying. After what happened today, I'm really not in the mood to deal with this.
All the times to...
Ashton Frey!
What happens next is something I'll surely regret later for not having recorded. What the heck was that? some of this voice acting is actually pretty good, and some of it is quite horrendous. But I'm still enjoying the experience, and there's still like 4 or 5 people that are also enjoying this. Either way, I'm getting that sweet watch time, which I can't get with my shorter videos. So he jumps and lets out an undignified yelp, followed by his phone slipping out from his grip. It bounces from one hand to the other in his poor attempt to catch it, before ultimately falling flat on the floor with a resounding clack. I kind of feel sorry for the phone and the floor, but it's not every day that you can catch someone like Ash off guard and get a reaction. Damn, his stupid detective senses. I'll take every ounce of victory I can get, no matter how small. An awkward pause passes between us. A blink. A cough. He makes a face. And then, in a too quick motion, he ducks and retrieves his abused gadget, while a grin threatens to break out of my lips. He doesn't meet my eyes when he straightens, but a flush has crept up his neck and cheeks. In another universe, where we haven't known each other for 5 years and suffering through his teasing isn't a day-to-day occurrence, chances are I'd find that adorable. Oh, you're sketching. Oh, what are you sketching? I would like to know. Tell me all about it. Endearing, even. Unfortunately, this isn't that kind of world. The way things are, I'm eagerly content to see him out of his obnoxiously calm, collected disposition.
Hello to you too, scaredy cat. I could stand to be greeted like a normal person, you know.
What? And miss that look on your face? No way. Oh man, I should have taken a picture.
I am so honored you find this funny. Is that how you treat your guests? I think I need to talk to your supervisor.
Oh, don't be a Karen. Shit, come on, bro. It's funny, this guy's name is Ash. It's listed as Ashhole. I don't know, I find that funny. That's hilarious.
Talk to yourself. You aren't even a guest here. What are you doing here in the first place?
For a moment, he looks like a cat that swallowed the canary. Suddenly, checking every nook and cranny in his phone for any damage or scratches seems to be a more interesting activity than explaining himself.
Ash?
I could be looking to buy a house.
Yeah.
A mansion?
Yeah, why not? Did you see the view outside? It doesn't look haunted to me at all.
He's messing with me. I want to do one of you, MC. Yeah, sure. Yeah, feel free to post it on Twitter and tag me. I'll be sure to share it around for sure. I always love to see when people draw fan art and stuff like that. I've never received a piece of fan art yet, so you would be the first. So I'm very eager to see what you come up with. Anyways, continuing with the story. He's messing with me.
Ashton, I am not in the mood. What are you doing here?
He chances a glimpse at some point behind me. The parlor. Curious, I follow his gaze, but before I can figure out what has caught his attention, he places a hand on my shoulder and turns me back to face him.
I just finished working on something, so I dropped by.
I still don't see how his work has anything to do with why he's here. At my confused look, he drops the hand resting on my arm, like he has touched something particularly hot, and casually rubs the back of his neck. Oh shit, this guy got a crush on Isabella. And I can tell this guy got the hots for Isabella. Want some of that? Alright. I'm not very good. Come on. It's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. And I wouldn't know if you're not good or not until I see it. So I'm eager to see what kind of fan art you come up with.
And I said I'll see if I can pick you up. Turns out I can. free time and all. So here I am. Figured you'd still be busy, and so I roamed around for a while.
Oh, you should have mentioned that sooner. I was about to throw you out.
Throw me? Hey, I was given a pamphlet. I think that makes me a legitimate client.
We have mandatory sign-in sheets for clients, Ash. I didn't see your name on it.
Hey, Swedish Mom, thank you so much. Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, we're playing a game. It's a visual novel, so it's about this creepy mansion, and our main character is a realtor who's looking to sell it. And yeah, she's seen some creepy shit, and yeah, we're just having a good time, just chilling out here.
And you can't just roam around because it says open house. Normal people actually follow an etiquette here.
Right, okay. I think I'll just go ahead and...
No, wait. I wasn't really going to throw you out. Rose said... Never mind. I was just about to leave anyway.
Wait, what? Now?
Something must have shown in my face, because he pauses and gives me a long, hard stare. Sometimes, I forget how easy reading people is for Ash, given how often he looks as if everything around him is a chore. I avoid his eyes, hoping he'll drop the subject and won't ask me any more questions. The last thing I want is to tell him what happened, especially the part about the letter. In fact, he's the last person I want. He's the last person on Earth I'll ever think about telling it to, if I can help it. Sure, he's a dependable guy. God knows how many times he has helped me, even without me asking for it. But stuff like ghosts and the supernatural, he'll never believe those, even if he hears it from a friend. Except, maybe if it's Becca. On a good day, the most harmless thing he'll do is give you an explanation on why those things have no chance of being real. At worst, he's insufferable. He'll poke fun at you every single chance he'll get. Ashhole. What did I ever do to him? He never does that to Becca or Zach. I can already imagine how things will go down the moment I spill a word of what I saw. Nope. Over my dead body. Before it catches his attention, I shove the letter deep into my bag.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Let's just go.
Doesn't look like a nothing to me.
Oh, this man is very perceptive.
We still have Zach's movie tonight, remember?
Oh, the movie, shit, alright.
It's still early. And didn't you say your shift will end around 5 or 6? What about... Hey, Isabella, wait up!
Hey, Slumber Reads, what's going on, man? Thanks for swinging by. Yeah, no, we're just playing a horror survival visual novel. Yeah, no, it's called The Letter. It's about this realtor who's trying to sell this mansion, the Ermengarde mansion, and turns out it's pretty haunted. And yeah, so I imagine some crazy shit's gonna unravel. Our main character found a letter in the attic, and it's a haunted chain letter. So basically, I'm trying to make sure that none of my friends see it, but you know how shit is in the horror movies. They're eventually gonna see it. Dude, it's pretty awesome actually. This game is, the animation quality is really awesome. Like the backgrounds aren't static and the characters move around, and the sound design is actually quite impeccable actually. Voice acting is a bit inconsistent, but I'm really enjoying this experience so far. Yeah. If we'll continue with the story. A rush of air greets me as soon as the main door opens. Not the usual autumn draft, but it's still a welcome change from the stifling atmosphere inside the mansion. Ash's footsteps are quick behind me, the soles of his shoes thumping hard against the polished concrete in an awkward cadence as he rushes to catch up. He calls out once, twice. The mansion still looms in the background. Whispers calling me back, shadows beckoning. That sounds like me when I used to have asthma attacks. I don't look back. We spend the ride back to Luxburn City in a relatively quiet manner, with only the radio's disjointed hum in the background to fill the silence. Occasionally, Ash will reach out to fiddle with it until the signal settles or it's on a respectable volume, but otherwise, he doesn't say anything. Neither do I. Oh shit, like the Zarbucks coffee. I see there's some Easter eggs in here. However, if the furtive glances he's been sending my way are signs, I know there are things he's been itching to ask since we left the mansion. I keep my eyes trained on the passing scenery outside, in a small hope that my disinterest will dissuade him.
Here.
All of a sudden, he tosses something at me from a small compartment on his side. It hits me cleanly on the chin. Before I can make a move to catch it, the small package makes a soft landing on my lap instead.
Sorry.
The glare I sent him wipes a smirk about to form cleanly off his face. He clears his throat, focusing his eyes, and on the road again. I swear, he did that on purpose. Ignoring him, I flip the half-forgotten package on my lap.
I won't say no to free food, but why are you giving away cereal bars?
I always have one on my person, and you look like you're about to pass out back there.
Damn, this guy is very perceptive. I mean, he is a private investigator or detective, so...
Have you eaten lunch yet?
I don't even get a chance to deny it, because right on cue, my stomach rumbles loudly, and an empty, gnawing feeling in my belly becomes noticeable. Hey man, thanks for swinging by, Slumber. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you so much. Peace and love. No surprise there. I did skip breakfast and lunch, so I could catch... I did skip breakfast and lunch so I could catch Becca while she was on break. I was hoping to get a small meal after. I guess with everything going on, I just forgot until Ash mentioned it. It's not like the hollow feeling's new to me, though. If anything, it's just one of the things I've gotten used to ignoring over the years, growing up. A thanks. Then tear open the pack. A thanks. Then I tear open the package and start nibbling on the edge of the bar. Apart from my acknowledging nod, Ash doesn't say anything after that small exchange. For that, I'm thankful. After getting an earful from both Becca and Rose, it's nice to be able to just sit down with someone who's not going to nag at you.
How'd the open house go?
The usual. We got a bigger crowd than normal because of the property's fame, but really no different from the typical open house. On second thought, it actually looks like a fancy party more than an open house. I've never felt so underdressed in my life. Weren't you there?
I wasn't really listening.
I should have asked someone to kick you out.
No, you won't.
And what makes you so sure?
One, ever since you got assigned to this property, you've been freaking out about it. Rebecca's words, not mine. She's been complaining to me about how you talked your ears off, by the way. Two, despite your initial qualms about the place, you still took the job. Which brings us to three. It's been months since you last settled a deal, and you're short on money right now since you're back to your instant noodle diet.
How do you even know about the last one?
Rebecca. Anyhow, you're hellbent on selling the mansion. Even if someone you know personally is in the tour group, you aren't going to just kick them out. Every single person who went on your open house is still a prospective client to you. Even me.
He's not entirely wrong. Oh man, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
I hate you. I really hate you right now.
His answer is a small laugh. The kind that screams, I'm right, I told you so. Yeah, Bringer, this guy is very perceptive. His observation skills are on point. It's almost obsessive and kind of creepy if I'm just saying, like, I mean, they know each other, so it's all good, but like, it could easily come off as being a creeper. I'm just saying. I hate it when he does that.
I'll have you know that there's already someone who's extremely interested in this property. So even if you expressed any sort of interest in it, I don't think they'd be willing to let you have it. Too bad.
Provided I didn't batch it with the widget with fuck. I'm sorry. Yeah. Provided I didn't batch it with the rights. See, I messed up again. See, this is the fun thing about doing things live. You get to see all the mistakes I make. Provided I didn't botch it with the rights. Why, of all times, did I have to screw up like that? Tell me about it. In front of an important customer, no less. I owe Rose a big apology. I hope she likes free donuts.
You don't seem too happy about it.
I am happy. Doesn't this look like a happy face to you?
Really? And here I was thinking you found another one stuffed in the sofa. Or is it the wardrobe this time?
He meant that as a joke. But how close it is to the truth made my blood run cold, and my own heartbeat a heavy weight in my chest. All at once, the letter in my bag feels a whole lot heavier, burdened by my own guilt and apprehension.
Yeah, well, things happened. Stuff the right couple might not be pleased about. No need to make a fuss about it. It's normal in the business.
You made them angry?
Not angry, just stuff happened.
Like?
Things.
Did they do anything? Your clients, the rights, was it?
I can't answer that. At least, not without revealing everything that took place in the attic. You know what? I'ma change the subject because this guy would probably know if I was lying to him anyways.
You keep asking me about my work, yet you haven't said a single word about yours.
It says relationship update, so let's see. Yes, I got a 1-up with Ashton, so which means, yeah, I don't know. Let's see, there's quite the cast of characters here, and I'm doing pretty well with, well, I kind of messed up with Rebecca earlier, but we'll see what happens.
That's not fair. Both you and Zach have literally disappeared off the face of the earth.
An over-exaggeration, but changing the subject to something else is still better than outright lying to him. Besides, it never works with him. Nah, see? Isabella and I you'd think we're like siblings and shit, because we think a lot alike. I'm not sure if it's because I'm just bad at it, or because he's just really good at his job. He doesn't answer immediately, only momentarily shifting a glance over me and returning it back to the road, where he has to make a sharp turn. Outside, the sun has already started its descent, casting a vibrant orange glow on the tall buildings. I wonder how long before we reach the venue for Zach's film. Checking the street signs outside, it appears Ash has taken the longer route. Odd, but he's probably trying to avoid the rush hour traffic.
Didn't we just talk a week ago over chat?
That's different. Linking your awful memes in the group chat box every morning isn't exactly a conversation.
Excuse me, I don't hear you calling them awful while you're laughing at all of them.
Shut up! And you aren't answering my question.
That earns him a soft punch to his arm. I did laugh at them, but I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of knowing I find most of them funny. It'll only make his head bigger, stupid Ash.
Alright, lay off on the abuse. Remember that case I mentioned before? We've been trying to pin the bastard down, but it required more work than we anticipated. The guy's slippery like that. We got some good lead months ago.
He recounts what he's been doing in time. He recounts what he's been doing in the time we haven't seen each other. His usual work, the occasional small investigation, and the big case he's been stuck working on. Stuff he couldn't mention in the brief time we catch each other online. Although most of it are the trimmed down versions, only things he can tell. He's always been careful about that. Even in the way he spins his answers to my questions, just enough to satisfy my curiosity, but not enough to paint the whole picture. At one point, his voice takes on a strained tone when he mentions something about the big case, but I don't dwell on it much. It's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't bring someone to if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they kept slipping? I need to drink some more water. I'll reread the whole thing. How about that? That's normal, right? I mean, who wouldn't be frustrated if you couldn't catch someone to if you couldn't bring someone to justice because they kept slipping out of your fingers? If I were in his shoes, I'd definitely lose my mind. His stories never cease to be entertaining, regardless. If things weren't the way they were back home, maybe I would have considered taking on the same job as him. Well, nope. Not really. Mama would never allow that. But the idea is still there, along with the countless others I've let go. Time passes quickly between us in this manner, and before I know it, we're already at the movie house. Oh, at the cinema? A small crowd is already formed in front of the theater when we arrive. The Lift Fest, short for Luxburn Independent Film and Theater Festival, attracts a bigger crowd annually, and this year's no different. I've only been to a few indie film screenings with Zach, so I'm not an expert on the matter. But I know that for people hoping to make a break in the industry, getting your film recognized by a local event like this is already a big deal. Especially for a newcomer like Zach. He hasn't even won an award, but just getting a confirmation letter that the festival committee wants to include his movie in this year's lineup already put a grin on his face for weeks. Alright. Yeah, Bringer, thanks for swinging by, man. You get some rest. I really appreciate you sticking by. Or sticking around. But yeah, you know, I'm going to keep streaming just for a little bit more until I can kind of close off the chapter at the beginning of the game. And then, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm going to stream this game again. You know, it's been really fun, and getting to engage with you guys in between and whatnot. I've never done this before. I'm usually a very, very nervous person when it comes to like streaming and that kind of stuff, or even being in front of a camera. It's kind of why I prefer being behind a microphone. But even then, I still mess up, and it's fine. It's just a more candid take on or view into how I narrate stories, I guess. But at the same time, I am, yeah, it's my birthday. I don't need to say it anymore. But yeah, just chilling. Alright, if we'll continue with the story. Speaking of the guy, he's impossible to miss. At 6 feet, he appears to loom over most of the moviegoers, and with his large build and heavy voice, there's no surprise when people give him a wide berth as they pass by. It's often easy to mistake him for someone Thank you. It's often easy to mistake him for someone intimidating at first glance. I did, back when I didn't know any better. Ash did too, I heard. Once early in their friendship.
Oh, there's Zach!
Hey, you guys! Long time no see!
Zach's face lights up with a smile of his own. He moves towards us with careful steps, takes a significant effort to make himself smaller so as to not bump or accidentally hit anyone. Typical Zach. As he nears, Ash casually raises his hand in greeting and...
Sup, Z-Man, my main man. What's crack-a-lackin', my homie?
The awkwardness that descends within the immediate vicinity of our small group is palpable enough. Somewhere to our left, a girl giggles, and only then do I become aware of my mouth hanging open. I'm almost amazed how Ash can say that out loud with a straight face. Almost. Considering his track record, I should be used to it by now. Zack seems to be.
Yo, stop trying to act black, Ashton. And you're the only one who calls me Z-Man.
There's fondness underneath his exasperated tone. If this were any other person, he'd likely be offended. But years of friendship and familiarity have made those words harmless to the other's ears. Or at least, enough for both to take it in stride.
It's been a while, Zack.
I hope you didn't get into trouble again.
Not much to get into trouble lately without you, I'm afraid. I'll let you know if something comes up, though.
Nah, I ended up with Chicken Down stuck on me last time I agreed. I'd really love at least this year to pass without some sort of accident happening again.
Hey, I take offense to that. It wasn't that bad.
You really have no idea.
A beat passes. And then Zack laughs.
Hey, I'm kidding! You know you can always count on me.
It's a story only the two of them are privy to. Every now and then, Ash will enlist Zack's help on something. Becca and I never really found out what the deal is between those adventures, as Ash calls it, and both aren't willing to tell due to some unspoken agreement. She insists that, if it's Ash, it's likely not something illegal or life-threatening. I tend to believe her on that. Sometimes. Well, boys will be boys, I guess. I give Zack a small wave from behind Ash, when his attention eventually turns
Bella!
to me. Hey Bella, what's up, girl? What's up?
Rebecca's not with you. Is she still sick?
A bit. But she's up and went to work this morning. You know she doesn't listen to anyone that's not Ash.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't. You're literally the only person she'll listen to when she's feeling stubborn.
Oh shit, it sounds like Becca got a crush on Ashton. And it's true. They've known each other far longer than any of us in the group. Childhood friends and all.
But don't worry, Zack. She's probably on her way here now. She promised she wouldn't miss your movie.
Isabella! Oh, thank goodness!
Speak of the devil. Without warning, a hand grabs me by the shoulder and turns me
Becca,
around.
You're just in time.
I have to lean back a little, with the way her face is almost invading my personal space, but she places her hand on either side of my head to keep me still. She stares at me intently, content filling her eyes.
Becca, you're squishing my face.
How are you? Are you all right?
Why wouldn't I be?
Rose called me earlier.
Those 4 words tell me all I need to know. Since I don't have my family living close by and... since I don't have any of my... deep breaths. Since I don't have my family living close by, and the only other relative I have here works on the far side of the country, I gave my company Becca's contact number in case of an emergency. Yeah, that's right. She wants the D from the Z. That's so right. Shit, son. I should have known Rose would call her. I push Becca's hands away from my face. Although she lets go, her eyebrows remain drawn together.
Oh, no. Everything's good. Rose covered for me at work today.
That's not what I'm talking about. How's your head?
Beside me, Ash sniggers. I bite back the urge to elbow him in place of trying to avoid Becca's hand as she tries to reach out for the said area. I do my best to dodge her, all at once, moving to hide behind Zack. Sorry for using you as a human shield, Zack.
Oh, it's nothing. I just slipped off a few steps on my way down. I blacked out for a few seconds and had a minor bump, but it's just that.
You blacked out? It's not something to brush off. Come on, at least let me check it.
It's extremely minor. You wouldn't even know it's there.
Isabella, this isn't a laughing matter.
She did look pale when I saw her.
Wow, thanks a lot, Ashton, you traitor. I'll get you back for this. Just you wait.
What? I'm just saying it as it is. If you mentioned this earlier, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
I'm sorry. Saw her?
Yeah, they arrived together. Bella looked fine to me then. I don't know.
Something crosses Becca's face, but it's gone before I can figure out what it is. Damn, she jealous. You see that in them side eyes? Shit, son.
Oh, that's good. At least she didn't have to travel alone, right? At least. Good.
Shit, girl, man. I'm not trying to like hop on that Ash deed. I'm just saying, man.
See? I'm okay. I wouldn't be here if I wasn't. And I don't want to miss Zach's film.
Man, it seems like the relationship between Isabella and Becca is a bit more complicated than we initially thought it to be.
We can always watch it some other time. Sorry, Zachary.
No, it's good. But you guys should really keep it down. We're starting to attract some attention.
It's the premiere. The premiere's different. Right, Zach?
I shoot him a pleading look. Zach's a sensible guy. He'll understand. Please understand.
Not really. But Rebecca has a point. In the end, I think it's your call.
Oh, for heaven's sake!
Please, Becca. I really don't want to miss it.
You're not missing it. Oh, we're just moving it on a different day so we can have a...
Look, you guys.
Ash's loud sigh unexpectedly cuts through the conversation. He's pinching the bridge of his nose as he speaks, something he usually does when he's getting impatient.
If she says she's okay, then there's nothing we can do about it. It's not like we can stop her either. Besides, she's still acting like the same old Isabella to me, if she can still run around like that.
Why are you taking her side?
Shit.
I'm not. But if she wants to watch Zach's movie with us, I'm not going to stop her. She's probably the one looking forward to it the most.
Ash, that's... You, of all people, should know...
Tell you what, if I notice something amiss with her, I'll take her to the nearest hospital myself. Is that good enough for you?
I already know the answer before Becca voices it out. When at last, she releases a deep sigh or a deep breath and nods, albeit with great reluctance, I immediately tackle her into a hug.
Thanks, Becca.
It's always been you with him, isn't it?
Yes, Ashhole. I found that hilarious too.
Did you say something?
Me? Nothing. Don't mind me.
If you say so.
Damn, this girl
Okay, guys,
Becca.
showtime's close, so I think I'm gonna get us some snacks. My treat. And then let's head inside.
Yeah, priorities, snacks, man. I don't know. You always gotta bring snacks when you go watch a movie.
Anyone here has a smaller bill?
I think I do. Hold on.
I pull myself off from Becca to get my wallet from the bag and...
What's this?
Oh shit. It's already in Ash's hands before I can even react. Behind him, Becca and Zach are both giving the piece of paper an intrigued look.
No! Give it back!
It's just a paper.
I don't care! Give it!
Looks ancient, too. Why do you keep this around?
I try to reach for it, but he holds the paper way above his head. I've never been particularly sensitive about my own height, but right now, I really wish I had an advantage over him.
Don't open it!
What's the big deal? It's not like it's a love letter. I don't see any reason to... Hold on a second. This is, isn't it?
Even if it is, it's not for you.
Okay. Now I'm curious.
I'm telling you, it's nothing like that. It's...
The rest of my words are lost when he unfolds the paper. I can't breathe. My heart feels stuck in my throat, pounding, threatening to burst out. Vaguely, I know how my hands are trembling at my sides. Clasping them together doesn't do them any good. They're still shaking, but I hang on to them regardless. The awful, sick weight that has taken its core in my stomach back in the open house returns full force. How do I fix this? How do I fix this? How do I fix this? Someone, please. Today is turning out to be a horrible nightmare.
Send this to 5 people or else. Well, that's interesting.
Guys, I think we should listen to Bella first.
Aren't you a few days early for Halloween?
Ash waves the paper in front of me, giving me a fleeting glimpse of its contents. I don't need to see. I don't want to see. The letters, the words, every stroke written in blood is already embedded in my mind. Maybe I should have just thrown it away when I had the chance. That way.
It's not a prank.
It makes them all stop. Even I am surprised with how steady my voice is.
What did you say?
This isn't a prank! I saw something!
Hold on. Are we still talking about this paper? Or is it about the urban legend again?
Both. I know it sounds ridiculous.
You're saying this is a primitive version of a chain letter, and now that we've seen it, we're now cursed. You've got to be kidding me.
See? This is why I didn't want to tell you guys.
Isabella, aren't you taking this a bit too far?
It's not a joke! Will you guys listen to me first? I saw something in the house earlier. It stood right in front of me. If I hadn't gotten away, that thing might have...
Right. And in broad daylight, Isabella. Even someone gullible would find the logic in that screwed up.
There's also no way in hell that this supernatural shit is true.
But it's real! What do you think I saw?
A hallucination? A delusion? Didn't you say you fell down some stairs? So maybe Rebecca's right.
It happened after, when I was trying to get away. I almost got stuck in the same room with that thing. We're all in danger. I thought you were my friends. Why don't you believe me?
We are, and you know that. But this thing and that thing has got nothing to do with the other. When Rose called earlier, I thought she's just exaggerating. But based on what I'm seeing right now, maybe it's better if we really postpone this for now.
Don't bother.
Oh shit, what's gonna happen? Without another word, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hand, I snatched the letter out of Ash's hand and stuffed it back in my bag, with more force than necessary. I'm tired. I got cursed, saw a ghost, probably lost a sale, got kicked out of the open house I'm supposed to be hosting. My own friends won't believe me, and all of them think I'm crazy. To top it all off, there's a dull ache at the back of my head, begging for a little attention I can't afford to give it right now. Honestly, there's so much a person can take within a single day. I just want to go home, curl up in my bed, and never think about today. But before I can take a single step away from the group...
Guys!
Zach rarely ever raises his voice, even when there's a point he wants to drive home, and hearing him take on that tone completely throws me off. Even Ash and Becca. Whatever harsh words yet to come out from the argument immediately die on our tongues.
Why don't we all calm down first? I'm sure Isabella has her reasons too. No need to be hard on her. And hey, ain't this supposed to be a happy get-together?
That's right, man.
We haven't seen each other for months. I'd really love to know what y'all have been up to. I only ever get to talk to Bella over chat. Please.
Man, yeah, adulting and keeping up with friends is really tough, actually. He has a point. Ash, for all his attempts to look cool and distant, has also been looking forward to this. He even took the time to call this morning for a reminder. He never does that. Becca too. I'm pretty sure that's another reason why she got out of bed today. Yet, despite Zach's attempts to lighten things up, or Ash and Becca's acquiescing gestures, the tightness in my chest remains. Acquiescing. I think that's how you pronounce it. I haven't read that word in a while. I should have just kept it to myself, or at least went with the idea that it's a prank. If I did, things might not have turned out the way they had. No sour mood, no bad vibes. Yeah, no bad vibes here, man. I don't think he's here anyway, so... Careless. So careless! Maybe leaving is the better decision for all of us. I'm gonna stay for the movie. I'm gonna do it for my friends, you know? Relationship status updated. Shit, what? Damn, this Becca girl is like so salty, man. Alright, girl, you're gonna be a tough one. Any other day, I'd excuse myself and go straight home. But this is something special to Zach. Something he worked so hard to bring to his life. I should know better. I might be having a bad day, but being with the few people I care about far outweighs the idea of spending the rest of the day throwing a tantrum alone in my room. And what if the thing in the attic follows me home? I don't want to be left with my thoughts. I don't want to be left with my thoughts either. I can still see it whenever I close my eyes. And maybe, if I stay, let our heads cool down first before telling them what happened. They'll listen to me. There's nothing you can't solve with a calm head. One step at a time, Isabella. That's what Mama used to tell me. Besides, I don't have the heart to ditch Zach. A smile is back on my face when I look back at them.
If we keep arguing here, we're going to miss the first few minutes.
All right, that's the Isabella I know.
Oh, good. I thought for sure you were going to cry.
Oh, this time, I really do send an elbow straight to his stomach. Stupid Ash. Being vertically challenged has its perks too.
What was that for?
Stop calling me a crybaby! I'm not one!
Aw, don't cry.
Damn, Becca, she's just looking so mad at me. Shit.
Stop it!
Okay, scaredy cat then.
That too! If you repeat that, I swear I'll...
Let's just go.
Without another word, Becca goes inside. She doesn't even stop to wait for us when I call after her. Ash and I exchanged looks at that. The same question likely swimming inside of our minds. Did something happen at school after I left? Is she having a bad day too? I'll try asking her about it later, I guess.
So, you guys go catch up with her. I'll go get us the food I promised.
But you'll miss it!
Didn't you say watching a movie without food ain't fun? And it ain't like I haven't seen it. I made it, remember? I'll be in there soon.
One friendly tap on my shoulder, and then he's gone. A few moviegoers are still milling about. Some are still waiting in line for tickets, but otherwise, most of the crowd are already inside. There's nothing much for us to do here now. Not a word of protest comes from me when Ash gestures for the two of us to head inside.
And then?
Are you sure it wasn't one of the cleaning crews?
Absolutely sure.
Sorry, I gotta go. Have an amazing birthday. Much love. Hey, thanks, Swedish Mom. I really appreciate it. You have a great day or night. I don't know what time it is over there in Sweden, but thank you very much, and have a great day. Yeah, I think I'm gonna be wrapping up here pretty soon, maybe after this, but yeah, let's continue with the story. Somehow, halfway through the movie, the conversation steered towards what happened in the mansion. To be fair, Zach was the one who brought it up again. In his own movie premiere. Now, the film's just serving as background noise, while we're speaking in hushed tones, careful not to disturb anyone inside the small hall. Well, except for Ash. I just hope we don't end up arguing about it again. We'd all get kicked out for sure. Though, with how loud Ash's voice is, we'll probably get thrown out way before any argument happens. Only Becca still remains engrossed in the movie, completely ignoring us. She's been quiet the whole evening, speaking only when referred to. If I didn't know any better, I'd think we did something that offended her. Did we?
And then I ran. You heard what happened after.
I still think it's something else.
It was standing right in front of me, Ash.
He's one of the smartest people I know. But geez, he should learn to listen. Plus, didn't he say he doesn't believe in these things? Why is he in this conversation again?
I heard what you said, but it's a small room. There are a lot of things someone else could have done there without your knowledge. If I could see it up close, maybe I can...
I am not going back there.
Ain't that a problem if you're hosting an open house?
Rose does the first floor tour.
I ain't sure ghosts can be restricted to one room, Bella.
There are no ghosts, Zach. Stop putting useless ideas in her head.
Yeah, but I was thinking, maybe all the house needs is a blessing. Wasn't it left uninhabited for years?
This is true. Oh, the house did change hands over the years, from one distant relative of the Ermengardes to another. None of them bothered to live in it, though, and it remained that way. And it remained that way up until its current owners decided to sell it. Why didn't I think of that?
I didn't peg you as the religious type, Zach.
Nothing like that, Ash. Who knows, though? It might bring something positive to the place.
That's not a bad idea. I just don't know where I could find someone.
You're not seriously considering his suggestion, are you?
Do you have a better idea?
I know where. I could contact him for you if you want.
You'd do that?
Or we can find you a psychologist instead.
There are very few times in my life when I wish my glowers can kill. This is one of those.
Ash, that is not a very appropriate thing to say right now.
No, wait, that's not what I meant. Ethnographer. I meant ethnographer. This guy's a psychologist too, of course, if you...
Ashton, if you don't stop...
Rebecca knows the guy I'm talking about too. She can vouch for him.
Becca tears her eyes away from the screen at the mention of her name.
Huh? What? Oh, are you talking about Professor Andrew? He used to work with my parents at the university. And can you guys keep it down?
Sorry, the scaredy cat here mentioned curses. Not that I'm saying this is one, but talking to him is a better solution for me than getting a random priest to bless an old house. He'll even help you figure things out, teach you a couple things, and probably put your fears to rest since this looks to be bothering you a lot.
Ash might be right too. However, what Zach suggested is something I'm more familiar with. Granted, they didn't believe me. They're only giving me the suggestions to put my mind at ease. But it's better than being ignored or being laughed at. Yeah, don't worry, Swedish Mom. I won't delete it. At least not for a bit. I think I might keep it up. I can take comfort in knowing that they're willing to hear me out.
So, what do you think?
It's your call. We'll go with whatever you want.
I don't know.
Ooh, who should I meet with? This is an interesting one. I think I personally would meet with the priest and the professor. I think that would boost up my thing with Ash a bit. My relationship with Ash, but I'm not looking to get freaky with him because Becca is totally not on board with that.
I'll think about it. But maybe we could go with Zach's idea?
Yeah, see? Yeah, nice.
I'm not so sure about that.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to try, right? If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At least we did something than just stand around. I'll let you know when he's available, Bella.
Thanks, Zach. I knew I could count on you.
Guys, I said keep it down. You keep insisting that we still watch it, yet you're not even paying attention yourselves.
It ain't a big deal, Rebecca. I'm the one who broached the subject in the first place.
It's still your film, Zachary. A good film, mind you. You worked hard on this. The least we could do is watch it with you.
And that's what you're all doing. I really appreciate all of you making time for this.
Sorry, Becca. We'll stop now.
I throw her an apologetic look. Even if Ash is the only one she should be reprimanding. But her attention is already back on the screen. She's ignoring us again. When Becca's acting this way, there's a big chance something's nagging at her. We really need to talk. We all fall into comfortable silence after The kind only you can share with people you're most at ease with. For the first time today, the letter lays forgotten in my bag, if only for a few hours. Night has fallen by the time we exit the movie house, or the cinema, whatever. Despite the late hour, the streets are still bustling, full of people, those about to head home, those about to meet someone, even those simply wandering about. Walking in the sea of unfamiliar souls, it strikes me how easy it is for one to get lost in a city as nondescript as Luxburn. I was afraid too, at one point, back when I was new and had just set foot in this place. Now, with familiar faces walking with me, it feels a little like home. Zack and Ash bid us goodbye shortly before Becca and I crossed to the other side of the street. The former claiming he's got a few freelance jobs to take care of before the day ends, and Ash, who knows? He never tells. Sometimes he'll just randomly appear at your doorstep, looking for a place to crash. He does that to Zack a lot, much to the latter's frustration. But he's a busy guy too, in spite of the laid-back air he gives off.
Thanks for today, everyone!
No problem, Zack. I'm sorry for what happened earlier.
Oh shit.
Huh?
Oh shit. A sensation. Cold, sickening drowning. My chest tightening. Breathing becomes labored. I can taste blood in my mouth. Edges of my vision blurs. In the distance, amidst the countless, nameless people going about their lives, a voice reaches out to me. Help me. Pleading, even as I clench my eyes tight and clasp my hands over my ears. Whispering and whispering and whispering, calling out, help me, please.
No, not me.
Help me. Somebody, help me.
Isabella? Earth to Isabella?
At her voice, the whole world suddenly snaps into place. The murmur's gone. When I open my eyes, Becca raises an eyebrow at me in question.
Weren't you listening? Are you coming with me?
Oh, yeah. Just, okay. Sorry, I spaced out.
You always do that.
I follow her without complaint, but not before sneaking a glance to the far end of the street. Where the voice came from, where another set of eyes might be staring at me. Nothing. There are only Zack and Ash watching over us as we head back to where Becca parked her car. If I'm expecting to see something or someone there, I try not to let it show. Try not to think of the tiny pinpricks of fear crawling at the pit of my stomach.
See you guys some other time.
Yeah, see ya.
Another glance, and with the final wave, we go off on our own ways. Alright, I think I'm gonna save it here. Yeah, we've been running a good while. Yeah, a good 3 hours, so I'd say. But yeah, guys, I think I'm going to leave it at here. You know, it's been a fun ride, you know, and I didn't know how this would turn out, but you know, I really enjoyed it. So I think maybe next time, I think I'll stream this game another time as well. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. You know, I appreciate and love every single one of you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Thank you so much. And remember, when all goes wrong in the night and everything's the matter, you'll be sure to hear of it from the Mad Chatter.